Very good. Cool. Well, I think everyone's logged in, so I take that to mean that you guys are actually ready to get going. Um, but before we get started, we can go voice live. But for just a moment, I have to let everyone know that Giselle had an emergency eye surgery to try to get laser eyes implanted. So she's probably going to have her eyes closed for most of the stream. Don't draw too much attention to it. She's really keeping them closed for everyone's safety. Mostly the safety of her computer and camera and whoever's behind the wall on the opposite side of the room from her. Because we really don't want there to be an incident. So, anyway, if all goes well, even though she paid a very low price point to somebody who doesn't even have, like, I don't know, a Wikipedia page or an official address, if it all works out, she'll have laser eyes, which would be pretty dope. And if it doesn't work out, well, I guess we'll have learned a lesson. Anyway, you guys are voice live now.
Hi, everybody.
You want laser eyes? I take eyes now. Laser eyes come next week. That's what I was thinking of. It's the bit from Futurama.
I'd rather have laser
now
muscles.
skills come next week.
Exactly.
Rather have laser what?
Muscles.
Laser muscles.
Yeah.
I don't know
How would that work?
With lasers.
Briefly?
Briefly. Oh gosh.
Alright. You know what? I don't think I remembered to arrange us. Let's see if we're in the right order. Alright, everybody put on... God damn it, Dave. Put your face on. Why do you always got your face off?
Face on! Face on!
What if someone looks in the garage somehow?
I have questions for them. That's how. That's
we'll
right.
have a lot of questions for us. Alright, anyway. Alright, faces. Faces. Good.
I don't know.
They're all here.
Making faces.
Oh, we are in the right places. Nice.
We do
Even better.
The placement of what the chat is seeing is kind of hideous, though. So let's fix that. There's our group, and all of their sterling HP totals.
Yes, Sterling.
Oh, oh my goodness! All together, you guys have what? Hold on. So all together, you guys have 68 hit points. Sam makes up way more than half of that.
Yep.
Awesome.
Snell
Anyway.
pulls up.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yes,
Thank you.
we're doing very grand.
The snail
Let
poll
Let's
is
continue.
up. Very brief recap. Not even really a recap. Just a quick reminder. Where we left off was speaking of Sam. He managed to just succeed perfectly at a diplomacy check to keep this from immediately becoming combat. Speaking to the guardian of the tomb that they effectively walked into, and has swept them out onto this odd island in the midst of the astral plane. So for now, the guardian, who is just in front of Lamia, has his weapon, its long curved blade, held down sort of behind him. None of you even actually recognize the weapon. It seems the best you could maybe come up with is a very thin, long falchion, but it's hard to say. It doesn't really look like anything you've encountered before. But regardless, he seems to stay his hand for now. I'm not sure if any of you wanted to open a specific dialogue or if you wait for him to speak.
He had asked for our story,
Correct.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the last thing he asked was for you to tell, or that perhaps he should hear your story.
Lamia is not going to open conversation, but she will like glance back at Eli, pleading like expression.
At age 5, I was born without a face.
Thanks, Aaron. Anyways, no, I was gonna say, well, where do you want the story to start? Because it's a long one and varied depending on which one of us starts the telling.
And to leave that up to the teller, what do you find to be pertinent to your current situation? What tells me who you are?
Well, I look at Sam because he's the one who started talking. Do you want to talk about your family and Mr. Guy, or do you want me to tell all about all the things I don't like talking about? What are we doing?
I'm thinking. Because I'm debating whether or not tell them about, like, I was helping some kinfolk and I found a temple. But, starting at literally the beginning of my backstory.
Sam's got this really nice house. It's not haunted at all.
Not
You should
haunted
come
at all.
visit sometime.
Oh, God, I just don't have
well,
anything.
he's thinking.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
I can at least tell you how we came together and how we came to this place in a way. So, I came to this land. Well, I look around, not this land, Tsetsegia, the place we were in before we ended up here. Anyways, I came to Tsetsegia to start a new life, to start a new beginning, and I used skills I had acquired to start that new life. I opened a business where I would acquire things for people that they lost, needed, or what have you. I didn't ask too many questions. And I hired various different people to assist me along the way, most of whom did a couple jobs and then left. In walks these two, I just with them. They signed up for a couple jobs. We worked together, did a bunch of things, kind of found ourselves in a bit of a mess, running into some nascents here and there, and just trying to do the right things, preventing the bad ones from showing up. Like when we were talking about Vladimiri earlier, we really were tasked by Mishani to kind of shut that down, and we've run into some other things like that. And then, we were asked by Shaluvi, who, to all intents and purposes for me, was a children's story up until a few weeks ago, or a few months ago. Time is really weird. When he saved me from Vladimir specifically, and to repay that debt to him, I agreed to come here and attain the name. And it's kind of how we ended up here as a group, 3 of us. The short version.
He does walk up to you as you're speaking very slowly. Kind of gives you a very measured look, as much as you can tell, though his face is still borderline expressionless, and because his eyes are just a solid color, it's hard to tell where he's looking. But you still get this sense of scrutiny. He remains silent for a few moments after you stop speaking, and will turn his head to look at Sam. You can tell he's still speaking to you just by almost the direction of his voice. And he says, rather guarded tale. Doesn't tell me much about you as people. And he will walk over towards you, Sam, since you seem to be trying to find words.
Do I find him?
So yeah.
Well, I think my story is pretty simple. I'm not delving into Sam. I'm going to half-ass it right now because I'm not fully awake. I think my story is pretty simple. I'm just a guy who saw he could help out in the world. Raised on a farm, doing all that. Some kinfolk found one of them temples that are across this land and got in some danger, and I got him out of it. And when I left home, it was just the idea of seeing some of the world before I go back home and stop seeing the world and settle down. But I saw that I could help people. So that's what I did. And really, I just, thought I was a decent fighter and pretty tough until I had a dream where a bird was getting attacked by a big ass tiger. And saved him in the dream, and when I woke up he was there with me until you hopefully sent him somewhere safe. And I believe that was a gift from Mr. Gaia to help me out in my endeavors. I believe I'm a good person, but my actions have led to people being killed. Were they good people? Not necessarily. But they're still people. And I've had to carefully walk the line between doing bad things for bad people and doing worse things for evil people. Places that shouldn't be talked about and people that no longer exist according to everyone else. And this Jalui fella helped us out quite significantly during one of these endeavors. And when he asked for help, I was inclined to assist him. That's why I'm here. And being here in the north, I don't know where this, as he looks around particular area is. I don't know if it's still up there, but finding out that we've been trespassing and things like that. I didn't know that. I didn't know I was doing wrong to some wrong people. But I don't know, friend. I just I don't have a plan for 12-step program to this is how I'm going to be a good person every day. I just go at that each day to figure out what I do. So today I have to figure out how to survive till tomorrow, I guess.
He gives a very shallow nod at that and says, "Your experience sounds like one of many choices. This is no different than any other person. Selecting between duty and what you believe is right. You will always have to make that decision. I cannot trust my task to what-ifs, however. I do not know your convictions firsthand or your dedication to what you set out to do. I see determination in your eyes, but something about your heart wavers. And he'll move on from you without waiting for a response. And he walks all the way around you, Lamia, back to in front of you. And you see those completely colored blue eyes just staring right into yours. And he just waits.
Well, basically, as he approached, Lamia kind of like jumps up and kind of looks around semi-nervously and like, okay, nope, I'm ready for this. Yep. And, hi, my name's Lamia. Before I came to Eli's company, I was just basically a normal girl. I wanted to get into the army when I was young, but they kind of denied me then. I can't say I'm a good person or a bad person. I try and give everybody the benefit of the doubt, which unfortunately makes many people believe that I'm naive. And they're probably not wrong either. But I will say this at the very least. Even if Sam seems to be doubting himself right now for some reason, I have no doubt about Sam. He has a good heart. He is a good person. He's raising Harpy sisters right now.
You don't need to tell people that.
Oh, gosh.
He's looking away from you completely. He's just like, no. Go ahead.
It's like saying he's building guns in his backyard. You don't need to tell people that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For someone to have the capacity to try and sacrifice their time and patience to raise what potentially could kill them quite easily in the end I think that's a kind-hearted person. And yeah, I was a normal person before I came to Eli's company. I'm not so normal now.
You know, I think you were normal because you have a much higher than average base assumption about how nice everybody is.
He doesn't respond. He seems to still be waiting.
Can you remind me, like, what he might be looking for? Actually, let me roll a shitty sense motive.
Sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants you to talk about the one thing you don't want to talk about.
I mean, that's probably it, but I don't know for a fact because I'm trying to remember, like, what was the last thing he said and etc. You know?
I mean, I don't know
Yes,
for a fact
your
either.
story.
I'm making.
Oh, hey, I
inference.
rolled a 1. Natural 1, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
on
yeah.
the snail pole.
With a-
Yes.
With a 7, you get you get this clear, like you feel pressured a bit, like you definitely haven't said enough, and he's waiting for you to say more, but you don't necessarily know what. It's up to you, your own interpretation.
Yeah. Let's see. 40. And yeah, okay. Okay. And then she'll take like one big deep breath again and let it all out. And I suppose you're wondering why I said that once you strike me down, you'd probably be able to pass on happily, right?
His head tilts slightly, but he doesn't reply.
One of the nascents that we did find, this one was with a group called the Storm Wardens. And I met him. He asked me if, in good faith, to take his healing. And I did. So I think, and part of you may know who I might be referring to.
Sam
He
will
was a
come
handsome man.
Sorry. Sam will come up
But-
behind her and put his hand on her shoulder, and give her support. Even though she shouldn't have touched that statue, but
Yeah.
I didn't touch it! I just looked at it!
You want to
Yeah,
talk
you touched it.
scones, boy? Anyways.
Scones was fly.
Scott's boy. How many nicknames is Sam gonna get?
Too many. It's a bad thing.
Let's see. I think you know who I'm referring to.
Sorry.
But that is that part of me, of the naive, because he said in good faith. And unfortunately has helped me in more times than I would care to count. But I have not spread him at all. He's asked me to help people get stronger. Because I'm strong, he says. But as far as I can tell, I'm going to be the last one that he ever gives his blessing, for lack of a better word, to.
Lamia, you probably don't know this just because you rolled a 1. Sam, since you're right there, you will notice that you can kind of see the corners of his mouth have like tipped downward slightly. You can see this hint of contempt as he regards her. But there's just like the slightest twitch of a smirk when she finishes speaking. And he says, "You would be surprised at the human," and he says the word human, not demi, "instinct to fill a space with noise as long as you leave it silent enough."
Sam, what's a human?
No, you know the term human, but it's talking about demi, but like it's
Oh,
the
okay,
archaic
sorry.
term. It's the
Okay.
archaic term for it, yeah.
Oh, I'm a Betty.
So he says that and says, "If you are indeed what you allude to be, then you are naive, as you say, which is no crime. However, willpower, the ability to resist temptation, the ability to resist an immortal presence whose gifts you have already accepted, that is a finite resource. Do you believe that your willpower would outlast you?"
Actually,
Actually,
Oh,
Lamia,
sorry.
before you answer, he walks away.
oh, okay. So, like, okay.
Almost in a move of just being like, he doesn't want you to answer it, he wants you to think about it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like, or just leave you to stew on it, or maybe he doesn't care. Hard to say, because you rolled a 7.
Yeah.
So,
One, yeah.
so he will come back over to you, Eli. And he says, "And that leaves your resident man of mystery."
I think there's an inherent difference between a mystery and someone who doesn't fill that empty space you were just talking about. But since you asked, I suppose I'll tell. I don't remember much about being little, but I remember growing up in a terrible place. I remember being subjected to treatment that is not fitting anyone. I was raised only to follow. And then at some point, everything changed. I got a friend, and I look at the ground where Aldrin is, and I'm trying to figure out where the shade, like the light would come from to see if he's being normal right now or not. And then I'm like, yeah, so I got a friend, and I gained power. And that gained me a way to be treated differently. And instead of using that ability to be treated differently to enhance my own position, I used it to try and better everyone around me. And in doing so, I had to make hard decisions. And I even had to betray people who I suppose trusted me, but they were bad people, bad person. And I tried to end their awfulness for good. I apparently failed and mucked it up a bit, and I've got to go fix that. But that's for another time right now. All I ever wanted to do was live on my own terms and let other people live on theirs. That's it.
He nods. After a beat, you can definitely see that same silence passes, as if it's like a invitation to let you continue. Even though your sense motive is awful because you have very good diplomacy, you know this kind of interviewing trick of just letting that silence linger, because the person will generally be like, oh shit, I guess they want me to keep talking, and they'll just fill it and say more and say more and say more. And you just saw it happen, so.
Right.
So he eventually nods, and he will walk back over to where he started. He faces away from you all for now, seemingly looking out into the vast expanse of this limitless sky that you see before you. You see him tilt his head back slightly, and you can actually see his mouth move. You don't really hear him speak, almost as if maybe he's praying or asking some distant presence for guidance. Excuse me. And finally, go ahead.
Lamia, like during that, will whisper, like, Sam, you might want to get away from me, because if there's anyone he's gonna need to, he's gonna strike down, it'll probably be me. And you know, maybe you guys can get away after this. Like,
I think I'll just accept that.
It's all of us and none of us, Lamia, at this point.
I'd rather it be you too.
It's all of us and none of us. We came here as a group, we're leaving as one.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
No, you're good. Actually, as you say that, you kind of see him pause, and he looks slightly over his shoulder. I don't wish to put you down. Is this favor you owe worth your lives? Or let me be more... Let me try to be less severe about that. Is this favor you owe worth my life and my duty? Is it worth tearing someone who wishes to remain hidden, who wishes their name to not be introduced back into the world from that safety? Is this favor and fulfilling the request of the Shluvi worth that to you?
Sorry, I'm rereading over the notes to say if... Hey, did Shluvi say we absolutely had to do this?
Not that you have to kill this guy, but that the objective is to get her name.
Yeah.
And he's...
No, I know that's the
protecting-
objective, but
Yeah.
like if I was looking through my notes to see if there was like anything that would say, well, if you can't get it, you can't get it. But I don't see anything like that.
Nope.
I just hate to believe that Shluvi would use this name flippantly and misuse it, but honestly, I don't know him.
Lamia will mutter, I don't really think so. But she'll look over to Eli.
I mean, I'm kind of in for a penny and for a pound, and I kind of owe this one. It was that or deal with an asset in my noggin.
He sighs and turns towards you. Well, if it is a matter of pitting one's oaths against one another, I'm afraid we are in direct opposition. For what it is worth, the blade comes out from behind him. I am sorry we have to do this. And he pauses.
Me too.
You actually see him snap his head around for a moment. Someone followed you.
Ah, bitch, I was making sure that no one was.
Mm-hmm. You tried.
I mean, that's Lamia legitimately says that.
In that case,
Ah,
language.
bitch.
Yeah.
We all turned to like, wow. Yeah, I'm really sorry, but my
What she
stomach's
actually
killing
says.
me. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
Now?
I know, sorry.
Panda!
I know. That's why I said
Jeez,
sorry.
Hurry up, dude.
Go!
Well, how's everybody else doing today?
It's hot in here. Actually, it's not that bad.
It
was
it's
earlier,
still
though.
really fucking hot.
My mommy
Yeah.
just agreed that she'll get Brahms after work, so I'm extra excited now.
I'm lucky.
I like ice cream.
We have a stupid heat advisory. And it's gonna be like that for like the next 2 weeks. It's gonna be really bad.
Yeah.
I'm not excited.
I work outside.
Dave, you work outside, I know. So it's the worst,
It's hot.
but, it blows.
I hope Ellie's getting a
Close.
good night's sleep.
It's always good
I
to
mean-
have her here, but like,
Yeah, but I mean, it's not necessary. But like, generally, when she isn't, it's because she's asleep, and that's fine.
yeah, she's old.
Well, may as well do Patreon plugs. So Unnatural Ones is got their old Patreon, and they have it at $1 for any tier right now. And Hyperphase here just posted a thing. I haven't sat down and listened to it yet because it was 13 minutes, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
we're about to join.
I was gonna say it got posted right before, so.
But
In fairness, it got recorded right before the stream.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But there's that, and it looks like that will be fun to listen to. And there's all the podcast and the other things that have been posted, but haven't been actively updated. But that's okay. It really is okay.
There's more coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I doing the Patreon plug?
You're
You
the
just
one who started
started doing it.
talking.
But I didn't. I was thinking this. I was like, why is she doing this?
I sponsor them essentially.
That's what it is. Wait,
Plugs. It's like you're paying customer. Technically, you gotta do what you
yeah,
want.
it's a testimonial if you do the plugs versus if we do
Yes.
the
That's
plug,
true.
it's an advertisement. I mean, they're both advertisements, but you know. What I mean.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me use my in-character voice. It's an advertisement.
Yeah. We will actually have a Patreon game going. I'm gonna say soon. By soon, in the next couple of months or so. Trying to meet with some of the folks on whatever day in September I said that I don't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, was it
Um,
during the There, it doesn't matter. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured out someday, and I was like, oh, we'll do this one. So yeah, we'll meet and check that out. Right now, 3 people have shown interest, which means there's room for 1 more PC if anybody else is interested. Yeah, honestly, it's not gonna. The first one I've decided is it's not gonna cost any extra, just any Patreon tier. If you're interested, we will do a
Within the
game.
next 5 years is correct. Not so.
Within the next 5 years is correct. Hopefully, way on the sooner end than the later end. God, who knows what the heck's gonna happen in 5 years? Other than that, I'll be almost 40. Hey, Panda's
Oh
back.
god, so me
Panda
too.
just comes back to that. He's like, "Ugh,
Anyway,
ugh."
someone followed us here.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
So very good. So yeah, he seems. You see like a look of alarm, and he says, "There's no time." He goes over to you, Eli.
Mhm.
He just like rushes up to you, and he just reaches out towards your head. I don't know if you're gonna like flinch or like freak out or do anything.
I mean, I probably would like try and like zig my head to the side. Okay, just let him grab me.
Sam will also try to like, hang on.
So you step over. Hold on. Let's see what he's. You gotta beat your touch AC.
Oh no.
Touch.
I think he beat your touch AC.
Probably.
Now you got
I
fortune.
mean, I don't have my character sheet pulled up, but I'm gonna guess that he probably did.
I'm gonna guess a 28 works. So yeah, he just like places his hand on your
I guess I
forehead,
do have my character sheet pulled up. It's just not looking at it.
and he says, as you feel this like surge of energy seem to come from him, and it doesn't heal your wounds or anything, but you can kind of feel this energy spread throughout yourself, and something seems to slide into place in your mind, like a thought or a memory, a word, a name. And he says, keep that hidden as long as you can.
I like nod.
You do feel you have a use of your ability recharged now. I don't know if you want to use it
okay.
immediately or not.
Yeah, hidden knowledge.
Yep.
Bet we hide in that. I'll boop it. Say that. Boop. Boop, damn you, boop. I need no boop.
You know, boop.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, while you're booping that. So, you feel that slide into place, you immediately, instinctively, like, oh shit, and use the ability, and you can feel it seem to just fade from that spot, and you remember that event happening, but that memory is blank.
Okay.
As it should be. And immediately after that, as said, you're going over to like maybe like put a hand on his shoulder or just like reaching out, trying to go that way. You can see all of a sudden as if it was like there the whole time, but like there's a gleam, something shimmers, like there's a thread or a cord of some kind, it's silvery in color, that seems to be attached to his chest. That is kind of just leading off into the ether. You can't tell where it's going. You just kind of see he's got some sort of thread that's like in the middle of his chest, and you see it suddenly go taut and then snaps. An instant that it snaps, he suddenly just pulled away at like high speed from you. Just starts to be sucked backwards. I don't know if any of you try to grab him or anything like that. But
this was Eli or the Assyrian?
This is the Guardian dude.
I mean,
yeah,
I would.
Sam likes everybody, kind of, except for people that set him on fire, Dave. And he'll try to grab, reach out a hand, and we'll see that, and we'll, because I thought he was gonna do something, but yeah.
Yeah. So suddenly, Eli and Sam, you have to grab a hold of him. Like Eli managed to get like the arm that was reached out to you. But Sam, you get part of like some like his cape, and then like maybe part of his like other sleeve. As he's being the force is tremendous. Immediately as you guys get a hold of him, you are dragged several feet towards the direction that he was being pulled. You could see like the look on his face is like the look of like strain, like just he's like actually trying to hold on to you for a moment. You actually hear both of you in your heads Um, he says, "I'll try to send you back. Be," and then there's another, like the force seems to double. You guys are dragged even further up to this
I do want to say, like,
area over
during
here.
that, Lamia would have tried to grab Sam because he was closest to her when that
Yeah.
happened.
So you grab a hold of Sam. You guys are still pulled like straight over there to where there's this rise in the land. So Sam, yours is the most important. I need you to roll an acrobatics check here.
Yeah, sure. Love me some acrobatics.
I mean, at least you're trained.
Hey, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah, he's just
Oh.
dexterous. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
Just
17 total.
So even as you're suddenly like just tugged that direction, as you're like trying to hold on him, like trying to pull him back, you manage to like get your heels dug into the ground a little bit and like kind of walk partially up this incline. The force is not relenting. He's getting pulled even harder, and you feel him let go of you, and he says, "Enough. It's my time." And there's a sudden pulse that comes from him, and you feel, well, Sam, you probably feel it more than most, because there is a kind of a tone to the way that this energy collides with your bodies. It sort of reminds you of the humming of the stones and things you've heard before. It doesn't give you words, but it gives you emotions. You do sense a good bit of fear and disappointment, and then it seems like that fades. He lets go of it, and at that same moment, each of you is forced back away from him, and he disappears swiftly over the side of this stone islands that you're standing on, like in a quick arc. Just a flutter of cloth and silence.
Poor guy.
Eli, you can kind of sense a presence of magic or something. It's hard to tell. There's some ambient energy that seems to linger around all of you. Can't see it with the naked eye or anything. You can't quite feel it out, but there's something that was going on there that you missed.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe too little too late, but I will go ahead and cast Detect Magic to see what kind of stuff I'm dealing with here real quick.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. You notice the spell comes out a lot faster. Like, the magic was just so much more readily in hand that actually only cost a swift action. You do see some kind of residual energy. Give me a Knowledge Arcana real quick here.
Okay.
Nice. You're getting hints of like conjuration and something else. It's hard to. Oh shit! Nope. You piece it together. You know what happened. Excuse me. It seemed like he was attempting to cast a spell of some kind, but the pull of whatever that force was made it just impossible for him to do whatever he was trying to do. The last thing to help you guys, he wasn't able to.
Well, that's disappointing. Okay. Excuse me.
Wonder what we can do now. We obviously need to get back because whatever it is that followed us, jackass. We need to get on their butt.
Sam is just kind of looking at his hand and staring off where the guy got pulled.
as you stare downward, Sam, because you one noticed it before. After a moment, as the surroundings kind of come back into focus, you notice that familiar gleam. There's a thread coming out of your chest as well. It seems this island you're on has gone under some kind of cosmic rays or something that seems to have shifted the light, and now you can sort of see the gleam of it just briefly. You can see that it seems to be leading back off toward where you first appeared, over here. And when you look at your two companions, you notice barely they seem to have the same thing.
He'll like kind of reach out and try and see if it's corporeal, physical.
Yeah, you can feel it. It feels like a very strong cable.
We're tied to something over here. And he'll just start walking that direction.
What? What are you talking about, Sam? And Lamia will follow him.
I mean, I'll follow as well, but do I see the ties since I have magic up?
Yeah. It'll be like
when he points them out, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be like holding the thing in his chest. So.
Those are weird.
I don't know if I should go towards it or away from it, but at this point, I just want to figure it out. They want to fight, I'll fight them.
Eli, you can give me a knowledge planes if you're trained.
Sure am. No, you
All right.
won.
I hope
For fuck's
someone
sake.
voted for a tie so far.
Guess what is it like to roll a 1? I don't know the section.
Boy,
Dave, I would like to give you information one of
Ugh.
these days.
I would love it. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. I would appreciate some info, if I wasn't just darn tootin' whatever I'm trying to say about rolling ones. Just so committed, that's the word I wanted, to rolling
Yeah.
ones.
Seems to be your thing. All right. So Lamia,
sure.
since you're the only one not actively doing or noticing or anything else specific at the moment, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay, 15. Nothing yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So do you guys all move back toward where the cables are leaning or leading?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. That's the way Sam's going still, right? So.
I think I can do a sense motive on the cable, but like,
I mean, not really.
this looks suspicious. How do you feel about me, cable?
Yeah,
Oh.
if you pull on it or move it or anything like that, it doesn't seem to. The slack seems about the same regardless of what you do to it, other than if you try to pull it away from your chest, then it doesn't work.
Do these symbols look like the symbol of the door we were trying? The door we were trying to go through.
Completely different.
Completely different. Okay.
Mhm.
Are they each different?
Yes.
Okay. Do they match the other symbols that were at the altar?
No.
Okay. All right. I have asked questions that I thought were intelligent.
You could move your tokens wherever you guys want to move on the map.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Where was I? I think I was right here when we poofed here.
No, it's I was standing there, but
Over here.
And Lamia will basically kind of bend down and examine, I guess, the circle. If it's drawn like that, is it chiseled like that, or is there dust, or...
You still see the glowing light marking the ground there that you can see on the
Okay.
map.
It's a glowing
Right.
light, okay.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to be like carved or anything like that. Like the ground still feels even there. But as you all go back over that direction, it does feel. It was hard to notice before, but as you approach that area, it seems like your senses become a bit sharper. You begin to notice that, like, you kind of feel a little separated from like your sense of like smell, sense like tactile senses and other stuff seems a bit distant. But as you're approaching this, you're starting to notice things like how your clothes feel weighted against you and your armor sits and like how your hair is. It's just like the feel of things seems a bit different. Even though normally you're nose blind to things that you're around all the time, you notice the smell of your own soap and like your companions and stuff is like hitting you a bit more as you get over there, almost like you're just getting closer to those senses as you walk over there. And Lamia, after you stand up, now that they're close enough for your 15, you notice something has approached.
Oh.
There appear to be coming up over the side of the island, over this direction, kind of in a bit of the darkness, still not fully in view, appear to be these very long, like tall, thin, humanoid shapes standing on some kind of discs. They appear armed. They're holding spears as they arc up over the side of it, and several of them land on this edge.
Lamia will lightly elbow Sam to kind of get his attention.
He goes
I
flying
may be
off
stronger
into
than you,
the
but I'm
distance
not
and
that
dies.
stronger than you.
my ribs.
To get his attention to where she's looking. Hell?
Say humanoid.
Yes.
Are they a hot humanoid? No.
I said hell out
It's up to you.
loud so that
Yeah.
Eli could
I mean,
hear her say
weirdly
that.
enough, hell doesn't register as a curse word to me. So, but yes, I will be.
Well,
like,
no, it
"Wow,
isn't. It's
language."
Hail, so...
Oh, well, sure.
Oh, hail.
You said hell.
Hell.
Anyways,
Hail in Oklahoman.
In that case, in Oklahoma, that means put your car in a covered area, and if you're a dick, you park under a bridge.
No reaction.
Drop that
She
spear.
says hail and then just silence.
I mean, I just whip around and look at the weird things, and I don't know what to say.
So you
But
turn
other
around
than
and
we should probably, exactly that. We should probably not deal with that. Well, like, I'm still looking around, just like trying to find a way to leave.
Yeah.
right? It sounds like you're thinking of something there, Panda, so I was waiting.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm
No, you're good.
debating whether or not to try and interact with those people or try to see if I can decipher what these symbols mean. That I'm in no way trained to do, probably. They could be druidic, I know a little bit of druidic. Like, where's the bathroom? And nature.
They speak briefly. None of you have any idea what they're saying. They speak in very odd, very breathy tones, a bit unexpected just by their appearance. It almost sounds like when someone tries to whistle but they're not good at it, but it doesn't sound as forced. Just like these sort of like pitchy, very airy sounds come from them. A few of them like say things very sharp, very quick to one another, but they don't take their eyes off you. They level their weapons and begin to creep forward.
Lami adopts the normal Eli maneuver.
Oh yes, hands up. It's the way to do it. I was gonna say I'm doing the same thing.
Sam is looking at the ground and trying to figure out how to. Is there like a button? Like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to escape. Hopefully, take my friends with me.
As you stand there for a little while, you begin to feel the cord starts to like sort of pull you that direction, like down towards the glyph below you. And you can kind of see it begin to start to like very gradually snake its way down, as if like it's kind of reeling you in towards the ground.
I think we need to stay in this circle. I will say under my breath to them. Which is probably going to be a bluff if I'm trying to pass the secret message.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you say we need to stand in the circle? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think we need to stay here. Or stand here.
Okay. But yeah, go roll your bluff.
Hey, there it is.
Gee!
Oh,
I'm sorry, what was that, Sam?
For sure.
Yeah. He was untrained too, so.
So you start whispering. You see, almost like a reaction to you saying something. They seem to widen their formation. They're continuing forward, but you also see, as more of them appear over the sides, these holding bows. And the few that are kind of getting nearer, those of you who have like your hands up, they kind of motion towards your hands and like leave the weapons that kind of look like tridents, actually, sort of pointing there, like almost to indicate like keep those there. Let's see, and then one of them will circle actually around over towards you, Eli. That comes up towards Sam. And we'll come up towards Lami. Okay. I'm assuming nobody else. Does anybody react or do anything as they approach?
I'll put my back to Sam's back, but I still have my hands up.
Since Eli's not saying anything, Sam will just say in his own language, hang on, we are just trying to leave.
So
Which-
that,
Yeah,
sorry,
you
we got
don't-
a mass positivity, and and anyone bluff is line.
Taunting her about true initiative. Okay.
Viewer love. So is that
Sorry,
we
true
just-
initiate. It's true initiative. I'm stupid.
Is that a
Well, he's
choice?
initiative and he's true.
Oh, you typoed? Well, who did you mean, Scott?
Oh,
Well, I
gosh.
think he's typed true initiative when it's true.
Oh,
initiative.
so it is you who is stupid.
Sorry.
It's not you, but me, but
Yeah,
I.
true initiate's a she.
Sorry, they, or she. But,
I think I'm the only one who has interacted with True Initiate out of all of us, other than today. You know what, True Initiate? Here's my positivity. I assign gender here? Right, everyone is, I'll think about it. For now, no one has gender, you don't get pronouns.
Oh, all right.
Oh. Panda is sad.
Here, let me scroll up. You know what, True Initiate? Here's my positive message. Your very first time chatting was to be very positive and to check if everyone was doing good, wishing us well wishes. That is a very good trait in a human. So I thank you for that. Ha! Now you guys gotta come up with something.
No.
I trust True Initiate will be a avid follower of rules, especially of things that would involve not sleeping to certain podcasts. That they did get another viewer who may or may not be here, who is sick at the moment, and I apologize for that. But I'll kick you while you're down because you broke the rules. So I think they're an avid rule follower, having just met them.
Oh my gosh.
True Initiate did say True Initiate has love for rules. Remember, nobody gets pronouns.
Nobody gets pronouns.
I don't know.
I
Say
would
something
like
mean
to
about
say-
Swedish fish. That's how you do negativity to me.
Or
The
just
red
give
ones
him
aren't
mint
that
chocolate
great.
chip ice cream.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
say
all
you're
the mint
speak
chocolate chip ice
positively
cream
about
you
mint
can.
chocolate chip ice cream.
yeah.
You can give me some. I'll take it. I like it.
How do I negativity panda? We do not have a negativity.
Good grade
I'm just kind of
society is-
floored because I didn't know that we would do mass positivity for chat, I guess.
There are no rules.
You know, technically, it's fine. It just doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You seem nice from the little bit of chat I've seen on the screen, even though my eyes have been closed a lot today. So you seem nice.
Due to the laser eyes. I will say that I like anyone who shows up in our chat and isn't a dick. Like, first off, as long as you're nice and helpful and friendly, you're fantastic and a wonderful human being. At least I assume you're a human being. If you're a robot, you don't have to tell me, but you should like blink twice or hit double space and then enter or something. You know, just let me know. I, for one, welcome our future robot overlords.
We're allowed to like robots, so
I do like robots.
yeah, we know, Scott.
Sorry, I'm making terrible puns.
Anyway.
in chat.
Yeah, you are. I know.
They said, I love Swedish fish, but now that I'm old like Scott, I can't eat them. They're too sweet. So I asked them if they had the low sugar ones. They're sweet-ish fish.
Oh, it didn't even register in my head.
Do
Anyway,
do I
so,
mess up the whole graphic?
Panda,
for
what
Panda
what
right
were you
now?
trying to say? You were gonna talk to them.
I know,
For
I did.
some
I was,
reason.
we're just trying to leave. We are just trying to leave. Ellie, don't worry about it.
You woke up to our stream.
Bad
That's
things
what
happen.
happened. True Initiate got mass positivity, and I was the only one to come up with something good. You know.
Yeah, facts.
Aye.
But also, yes, they are getting ambushed by weird tall people in space after the Guardian dude got whisked away because his fishing line snapped, and that made him really upset and triggered, so he left.
I would too, especially if it was like a $high lure.
It's pretty high dollar, you know. His
Okay,
whole
so
fit
he
was attached to
says that we're just trying to leave. Got it.
that. Right, yes, he said that, and you get a reply from the one who's in front of you. It kind of leans in a little. You can see the bizarre eyes look into yours, and it says, in speaking very slow, its voice much deeper and rougher than when it speaks its own language, and it says, "Yes, leave." It'll reach out and grab the thread attached to you. And the other two of you, the ones near you, still holding the tridents at you, reach out and grab the threads that you can feel on your chests. The way they grab them is very rough. It's not like a gentle, like, oh, here, let me help you out. There's like a force to it that much harder than when you just sort of tested it Sam to be like, oh, does this come out? Nope. It's much harder than that, and the pain when they pull on that is, you can like imagine like how it's depicted when a Saiyan gets their tail pulled. It's that same like whole body electric shock. You're like, oh, fuck, like that's bad, but they just keep a grip on it. And each of them seems to be focusing on this, but I don't know if any of you react as this is happening.
My first reaction is to grab his hand, or grab their hand. I don't know. That would be a bad thing to do.
No pronouns.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamia would yell, like, ah, what the hell?
Release me. I was thinking of a TikTok. That's stupid.
For people who just popped in.
Yeah.
Ellie gave us a look. We have 1 luck now, guys.
Somebody will need it.
Yeah. We've proven that we can't roll dice already tonight. With a
No, we got all the ones out of the
We're
way.
all tied.
It's 20s all the way down.
GM has not rolled a 1.
No, I said us. We proved. We got the luck. He doesn't get to use the luck. I was talking about us.
Is us a pronoun?
Oh crap!
They not like us. Another cha-ching.
Hold on, I have to fix something. Keep going. I don't know if any of you actually react.
Yeah, is there any other reactions? Because, yeah.
It sounds like it's just curse, but yeah.
I will say, we're trying to leave on our own. Thank you.
It doesn't seem to react to that. 1 second.
No reaction from Eli?
I mean, I'm ready to leave. Like they said we would leave, but I heard that, so I'm just letting them let us leave.
Dave, say something nice about yourself.
Oh, I am fancy. No,
he says with a pile of boxes behind him.
Shush! No, I like stuff. No, I will say, yeah, and things too. Nice thing. I like to do my best at things. I find that it is important to go out and try hard at everything you do, whether or not it is something that you are expected to do well at, or are being paid for, or just doing voluntarily, whatever, it doesn't matter. I like to go out and try my best. I think that's important. And yeah, that is a thing that is good. I am good at that. It is good.
That is a good thing. Yeah, but otherwise, it sounds like everybody just kind of waits. See what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still reloading Roll20. Let me see if the API was fixed by doing that. Maybe.
Well, Ellie noted that there is no reroll active.
Yeah, nobody has a fortune fate at the moment.
Well, I know, but I mean, she's specifically saying there was no. She couldn't redeem it for snails.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on a second.
That's what this says?
Reward. Hey, thanks for the sub.
Much appreciated.
Yes, thank
Much
you, Ellie.
That's
for
another
subbing.
positive thing.
There you go. All the pauses.
Yeah, it's still July, correct? So we gotta
Yep.
get all those in.
One more day.
Yep.
That's the last one. Okay, it should be possible
31st
again.
is the last day, right? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to just track that separately. For now, you guys will just have to let me know if you're gonna roll luck, and you'll just have to roll a d4 because it's busted, and I don't want to try to fix it live.
Okay.
But I know how much you have, so you're good. Cool. Okay, so you guys just wait. So here's what happens. As these creatures all begin to surround you, kind of swarming around, many of them with bows aimed at you. Mostly the ones in front all having the tridents. You can feel... Excuse me, goddamn. You feel like a kind of vibration seem to travel up the cord, like, through your body. It seems to, like, almost directly touch your bones. Like, they begin to just... Your whole body begins to tremor. This feels pretty uncomfortable, but in a different way to each of you. Sam, it feels uncomfortable in the way that, like, yeah, just being, like, shaken doesn't feel good. It's kind of annoying. Lamia, for you, it feels painful. Not quite the same way as whenever it, like, pulled on the cord, but like almost like you can feel like a rising tension sort of in the back of your neck, like something is about to erupt with like sudden pain. Eli, it's not painful for you, but it's a bit terrifying. Remember how you removed that charm that helped kind of lock you in place just in case you passed out? You may not just fly off into space.
Yes.
Your surroundings actually seem to begin to shift and change. Nope, not shift. They seem to fade. Almost as if you were... Almost as if you were disbelieving an illusion. And instead of in this vast open area, you were actually in a very small, cramped room. A nearby set of creaky stairs. Darkness. Blankets strewn on the floor, and several rickety beds. Probably haven't been occupied in some time. Looks like you're back at your master's manor. And just as that fear begins to settle in, it seems like that vision fades back out, as if that was the false one. And the more this violent shaking intensifies, the clearer that picture of that place becomes. The other two of you, if you glance over, you can see that Eli actually seems to be fading out. I'm going to pause one more time, just in case there are other reactions. And if everyone's just like, fuck it, we're in for a penny, we're doing this, then I'll continue.
Lamia will actually step towards Eli to, like, grab him, because what the hell? What are you doing fading?
I'll reach out as well.
So in order to do that, you have to step away from a thing that's holding this cord.
Yep, that's gonna hurt.
You can't do it unless you, like, pull it out of its hand or, like, get it to let go. You literally can't move from the spot it's holding you in place.
Alright, well, I guess I'll see if I can pull it out of its hands.
To try to grab it and yank it away.
More like try and pull how, like, a cord, you just keep going until a snap kind of action.
No, I'm actually a little bit lost on that.
Okay. I'm not trying to touch them. I'm just trying to get further back.
Yeah. Trying to step
away.
away.
Like you try to grab a hold of it closer to yourself and just, like, pull.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. And then, Sam, were you doing something as well?
I'm reaching out a hand to Eli.
Can't quite reach him from there, but if you just, like, so you're just reaching over there, not trying to, like, step into the next space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not giving this guy a reason to attack me or do whatever.
You try to reach out, you can see the sort of, like, tension as, like, it almost seems like it breaks his concentration. And he kind of tenses up like he's about to attack you, but since you don't move and, like, you stay put, that doesn't happen. But right next to you,
Lamia's dead.
There's a shout as this one immediately stabs at you.
Yep. Well, this was a good game, guys.
Honestly,
In your honor, we'll eat your body.
No, because then you might become part of the Luxifix. Let him die in the vast coldness of space.
Okay, for you, I don't think this matters too much, but this is going to be against your flat-footed because he does kind of have a hold. He's got an advantage to hitting you right now.
Luckily,
he's choked
that's
up on this weapon.
luckily that's not too much different than my normal AC.
Okay, and then plus, cool. That's all he's got. It helps that you're just well armored, so you're a bit harder to hit.
That hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't have to tell. You can always wait to see if I roll a die, because I didn't know that hit.
Well, it's flat-footed, so.
Even still, I don't know that hits you because I don't know what your dex is and all that other stuff. So. Okay, so you're gonna take. Yeah, none of that other extra stuff right now. You're probably fine.
Nope.
Alright, you take 7 points of damage. Alright, so Lamia tries to step away over to Eli, and this creature just slams this trident like straight into her chest. You see the armor obviously protects most of her vitals, but it slides part of the way up, and you can see one of the tines actually goes like underneath like the collar part of the armor, and you can see just blood just gush out of that part as she just immediately falls unconscious and drops to the ground. So Lamia gets dropped in that space. As Eli, you're starting to fade out. You're vaguely aware of that happening next to you, so it's not like you're like... It's not actually an illusion, so you know that happened, but it's like, you're not immediately, oh shit, that happened. It's like it takes you a second, but you will notice it. Sam, obviously, you're right next to it, so that clearly happened. This guy looks very ready to stab you, and all of the dudes with the bows seem like they're even more on edge now that occurred. But I don't know if you have any other immediate reaction here.
Sam looks pissed.
So just glare defiantly at one of them. So
he's gonna see something.
Oh, go for it.
You intend to kill us. I'll take some of you with me. I promise you that.
You can roll me an intimidate. It is going to be harder because they don't understand you. Like, that one spoke a few words, but they obviously don't speak your full language. Okay. So you say that they seem... It's hard to tell. These creatures seem kind of alien to you. So you don't really know if it's fear or just that they understand the gravity of what you said. But clearly the tension in the area is even higher now. However, the one here that just stabbed Lamia and drops her, it says something with kind of a hiss, and it actually kicks her. When it does, you can see that the form, like her form there, actually seems to kind of break apart and dissolves in this sort of this silvery mist that fades away. You can still see like sort of the cord that was attached seems to snap downward into the glyph. Lamia, we'll get to you in a minute. But for now, you are not there. Does Sam keep his cool for now, or no?
He's real. He's dead looking at the one that kicked her.
It watches you for a moment, and you can tell it says something to the one over here, which seems to acknowledge it. It doesn't nod. It's just like there's emotion that seems to be some kind of like body language between the two. Whatever broken concentration it has, it reaches back up and fucking bots. We don't here, guys. Like, go somewhere you can make a difference. We got 8 viewers. Chill. Anyway,
I was about to do that.
Yeah, but we have 100 followers, so
that's true. We are big time now. So anyway,
Big time.
It seems like it remembers what it was doing, and it's going to grab the cord again. It does get a much tighter grip, so you can feel the pain of it. It's not quite as bad as before, but almost like it's trying to kind of hold you at bay with that. So imagine like a grit of the teeth. You're just barely keeping it together here. Eli. I don't know if you have any reaction to like seeing that scene next to you now that it's kind of sunk in. There's been a few moments now that you've had time to make the reality of what's happening next to you.
I'm very much going to take a similar stance to Sam here, and that I am like ready to blast people at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, we are kind of far south on the map than us, because we were looking at where they came in.
So, boop, let me move you up here. Here you go. Thank you. So that's what we're dealing. Okay, so Sam, while you're standing there, you will see Eli's fading seems to be intensified. Whereas before it would seem like if you had like an opacity slider, he would go from like 100% to 50, back to 100, back down to 50, back to 100. Now it's like he's going down to like 10% and only coming up to about 60. Like he's definitely seeming to become less substantial rapidly until there's a point where he's completely gone. You can still see the creature sitting there holding the thread. And Eli, there's like a couple of seconds where you're just back at that manor. And it feels like you're stable for a second, and then suddenly you're back out into the other area. You can see like the brightness of this area. You think that's where you're definitely about to end up. You don't know if this thing is intending to send you there or what the logistics of that is. That's where you're going.
Yep.
If you're cool with that, that's fine. We'll continue there. But if he would have any kind of other reaction, like that last second of like, oh fuck that, then now's your chance.
I mean, I definitely don't want to end up by myself in my master's old house, so being anywhere but there seems preferable. So yeah.
I would think of a different home, but it's me.
There's no place like home.
Not that one though. My home, not my old home.
So obviously,
I don't know.
Eli reacts immediately, but yeah, if you need to take a second to figure out what you want to do there, Dave, that's fine.
I don't know where he's going. I mean, if Sam knew where he was going, he would want to try and help him, but
unfortunately,
I have no way of knowing.
He'd have to tell you.
I don't know. I'm just gonna try and focus on, because I saw Lamia like disappear too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna try and
silvery dust.
Focus on her to see if I can follow like whatever thread, anything, because I want to end up in the same place as my friends if we're all getting put places. So that's gonna be my like overriding goal here.
Okay, give me a will save. This is not gonna be an easy one. Okay, 22. Keep it
Look on that.
I don't think the button's going to work. Just roll a d4 if you're going to roll that.
Okay, yeah, I
trying to
did
hit
click
that.
the button and nothing happened, so.
Trying to hit that 25. Hey.
26.
Nice. God damn it. So,
Ellie reminds you could have used luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just
I did use luck.
That's what the d4 is. Because the buttons are not working right now, so you just have to roll d4. Cool. So that's 26, which is very high. And I can't answer that, Denotso. So, so with 26, here's what happens. As you fade again, you catch a glimpse of being back in the room. Or actually, no, you didn't see this before. So I will drag you there. Because you guys didn't get to see the inside of that room before, did you? Because you touched the door and got poofed, it did. Okay. Let me arrange here. Give me just a second. This will be more fun than the thing I was going to do.
Elliot wants to know why she's not able to buy the the D20 reroll.
Fortune or fate?
You might have to refresh. Because I did turn it on. Yeah, it's on.
Let her
You
sugar
just
mama spend her money.
You have to just refresh the stream. Alright, so... just trying to arrange this so I can figure out what scene you're going to see here.
Meanwhile, Eli's fading in and out. Sam will shift his eyes from glaring daggers to watching Eli.
Yeah, so what you see, Sam, is you see Eli seems to fade out and is gone. He doesn't seem to come back this time. And the creature that was holding the thread opens its hand, and you see the thread snap back down into the glyph.
Now, time to disable it, Patrick.
Yep. Excuse me. 1 second. Alright. I think that's Eli. Yay! Like, freaking re-enabled, like, every goddamn NPC. Except Eli. Alright, now let's see. What will you see? Alright, sick. Yeah. Alright. So, drag y'all over here. So, Eli, for a moment, this is what you're gonna see. I think Panda and Molly, you probably won't see anything.
It's great.
Yeah.
I see things though.
Yes. So, Eli, you will see what appears to be a large, dark stone sarcophagus, or some kind of coffin. It seems very ornate, very well crafted.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty large. Definitely looks like it weighed a lot. But it doesn't seem like it's the same stone as the rest of this area is composed of. It's very dark. It's very uniform. Behind it appears to be a pile of what was probably once very well arranged things like jewelry and finery and weapons and all sorts of like different things that might be offerings or gifts to some kind of royalty. But they've been kind of knocked over a bit as if there's been like a scuffle or something else has happened in here that's like, kind of cast them into disarray. You will see one thing that I forgot to put here. There. Okay, so Lama, you can probably see, even though you're unconscious. So in character, you don't actually see any of this. It's just because you have a token active now. You do see that Lami is on the ground next to you. Seems to be unconscious. You don't see any more wounds than she had before, at least. But it looks like she's just knocked out over there. And the rest of what you see in here is... I can't remember if that figure is familiar or not. Okay, what's funny? You actually don't see that thing. That's not there. So yay, that thingy isn't there. You see this familiar figure appears to be the form of the guardian you interacted with.
Yeah.
It looks like he is slumped against the stone sarcophagus.
Mm-hmm.
It actually doesn't look like he's breathing, and yeah, you very clearly see that looks like there's some kind of weapon sticking out of his chest, like the handle of some kind of blade. Over here is a man that I don't think is familiar to you. I think only Sam met him. But you see a kind of tall, very burly, strapping-looking young man, Demi, kind of dark, dusty-colored hair, appears to be wearing some kind of medium armor. You're not an armor guy, so whatever. It looks sturdy, protective. But what you mostly notice is around his hands, he appears to have some kind of odd-looking gauntlets that are very sectioned off. They seem to cover his entire hands, which you would think would make them impossible to, like, grab or move, but he seems to be able to move his hands just fine, as if the metal shifts with them.
Interesting.
What you see him doing is you see him actually standing up from, like, a kneeling position, looking over in your direction, but he seems to be looking through you over at where Lamia is. You see him open his mouth to speak, but it's like the words don't quite reach you.
Okay.
And you see this person here dressed in mostly dark, like a very dark cloak, dark colored, like cloth or leather or some kind of gauntlets. You can't quite make it out in that instant you get to see this. They appear to have some kind of onyx gemstones in like a bead necklace type format that is wrapped around the left arm, and they're clutching something in that hand. They will also turn briefly, and you get to see the fact that they are Vishkanya. You can see the sort of greenish, like pale greenish scales for skin. You see the burnished gold eyes. And give me a quick perception check.
Okie doke.
18. Gonna lock that or no?
Yeah, I guess D4. Hold on.
Yeah, just D4.
Fuck it.
19. Okay. 19 is what I put the DC at. So
Yeah, I did it.
you're not too terribly far. So it's actually higher than what it normally would be. It's just that you're only getting a second to take this in. So it would have been normally 15, and I put a +4. So
Well, I was
19.
trying to hit a 20, so I'm glad it was a 19, not a
it
20.
worked out. So you're barely able to catch a glimpse, not of any identifying marks on this person, because you don't recognize them, you don't know who they are, but however, as they turn, you can see them, like, the palms sort of turn outward just from the natural motion of their body, and you can see what they're clutching in that left hand appears to be the mark of the fang.
Okay.
The same emblem you used to pass through that secret passage at
Right.
the Markham Manor. You see that all for just a moment, and it looks like the Vishkanya man actually seems like at first he's looking through you at Lamia, and almost like he notices you, but in that same instant, that surrounding disappears. And unfortunately, you're back home.
Oh no.
Not the good one.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Well, at least the name's far away.
Oop. All right, so we'll drop y'all back over here because. So anyway, all right, Sam. Eli is gone. It's just the good bean.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to feel that same kind of vibration happening. I don't know if you react to it now, seeing both of your friends are gone, or you're just like, maybe it'll send me back. You don't really know.
Stewing in anger, you will look at the one briefly that's clutching at the cable, and then back to the one that attacked Lamia. And we'll just say, if she dies, I'm coming back. And there will be no place for you to hide. So finish what you're doing.
Okay. So he continues to focus. You begin to feel the intensifying feeling of something trying to. It's almost like two different parts of yourselves are being pulled apart. You can't quite parse the feelings. It's not, again, not painful, but it is uncomfortable. It's almost like when you're numbed, but like someone's working on your teeth. You feel that pressure. You feel that uncomfortableness to it. It just doesn't hurt, like throughout your entire body. And then, just before it feels like you're on the cusp of falling over a precipice, dropping through the floor or something, cord snaps.
I guess if it helps, if the only thing I'm really thinking about right now is not vengeance, but I have to get to Lamia to help her.
So you see it happen as this thing is holding it. Like maybe you were even about to close your eyes for a second, and you can see like just past its hand, like the end of it seems to just fray all of a sudden. Surprisingly, you don't go sailing off into the distance. You seem to stay put where you are, and that vibration seems to stop. Some of these creatures, it looks like they're beginning to notice, but you're definitely the first to notice that happened. Not sure if you react in any way.
So the cord snapped. I'm still here, but the vibration increasing.
No, the cord snapped, you're still there, and the vibrations stop. It's like the entire effect ceased.
Sorry, I have a dumb question. Has Sam heard the humming at all since we came to this place?
Well, kind of.
Yeah,
I think.
only that.
Are you talking about this place in this plane?
Yeah,
Or are you
this
talking
plane.
about-
This-
Okay.
Yeah, because the last time you heard it, we were outside the door. I just wanted to know.
I don't remember.
No.
No. Okay.
The closest was that last moment when the Guardian flew off.
Okay.
Maybe Mr. Guy's given me a chance to pay retribution. He's just
Maybe.
eye passing towards each of them.
There seems to be realization starting to go out among them. I don't know if you want to take advantage of their surprise, or if you're just going to keep trying to intimidate them. You know it'll be difficult because you don't share a language, but
yeah. I will reach up to my chest and grab where the cord should be.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, I want to say this, but it sounds so corny.
You do still
Would you
have
look
it.
at that?
It's just short, right? So sorry,
Yeah.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I got no strings to hold me down.
Right.
It's pretty good.
And I will just gesture. I will are you not entertained at them? You know what I mean.
Okay. I feel like it's more of a performance than it intimidates, but it's No, but yeah, we'll do intimidate. I know that's what you're going for.
Yeah, 10.
Okay.
Again, it's not a great roll. It's not a great skill for me. But
so I'm gonna bring you guys back onto the map just so you can see. But they're not actually here, so like, yeah.
Gotcha.
Let me drag this back over. I just realized it's being weird. Cool. So here's what we're gonna do. First, I have to remove all the turns. We're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Because now they realize that. I mean, as far as they know, you've resisted the exit that they were trying to kick you out, and you're not going. So, which I know you wanted to, but it didn't work.
Yeah. Roll initiative.
Click your token and roll initiative.
Ooh, not great.
I'm gonna group them.
Oh, who got
quick.
the Fortune and Fate, by the way?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me go look.
Before I agree that is what I should have. Probably Lamia. Oh, okay. No? Okay.
I mean, I can understand the logic of me, but I also understand the logic of not me, because as far as we're concerned, I'm gone.
Mm,
Yeah. Damn it.
not
Zoom.
necessarily.
Okay.
Oh, I agree, not necessarily, but like what
Surely-
we've known so far.
Once I pull apart their corpses, I will find some healing potions on them,
Yeah, that's how that
Yeah.
works.
like removing legs from a bug.
All right. So, hold on. Yeah, sorry, that's what I was doing. I was grouping them. I'm gonna put them in 2 groups just so that it's not super overwhelming them all acting on the same initiative. So they'll act on 2 different initiatives. I have a blue group and a red group. Yeah, I know. I should have done this before we started. I don't want to hear it. Okay?
We didn't know.
All right. Let me get their sheets up. Is this going to be a fight he has a chance of winning, or... I don't like putting my PCs in situations they don't have a chance of winning. That being said, I guess we'll find out. So... Well, they have a really good initiative. So... These creatures are quite reactive.
Yep. Was the 7 an average hit for them that they did damage wise? Just out of my own curiosity.
It was. You saw it was. You could see it's a D8. So.
Oh, was it a D8? Okay, so that was high then. Okay.
Yeah. So that was almost as much damage as they're going to do outside of a crit.
Cool. I can probably last 2 rounds. 2.5 or 1.5 rounds maybe.
I'll be right back. I have to go to the restroom.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, Dave, if you need to go pee, now's the time.
I mean, we're gonna take a break in
Because-
like 10, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hand already went poop, so.
I'm okay right
Yeah,
now.
I had stomach distress. It was not
So
fun.
that's 1. And then other group. Oh, I didn't roll. Do roll 20. Don't mess with me today, okay? I'm not having it. Anyway.
So the issue was
Send
waking
in-
up 30 minutes before we have to stream. I didn't have enough time to have my body regulate.
Yeah. Okay, so the first group is the red group, or the ones with the tridents out. That was gonna slide over there. Just a 5-foot step. Actually, you know what? That's not what it's gonna do. Wait, no, it is. You're one person. They're just gonna try to take you down. It slides over there. It doesn't have a hold of you, so it just gets its regular roll. I don't think a 9 hits you.
It does not. Would you like to roll a thing?
Nope. 9 is real low. So, this other one's going to 5-foot step over. And it is going to take a stab at you. This one gets to flank. that's a good roll. 24, I think, hits you.
Does it?
Yeah,
Are you sure you don't want to roll a thing?
I'm not going to roll. I would roll if it was Lamia. I'm not going to roll on you.
I don't know. I'm wild.
Does that hit?
Yes.
All right. All right. You take 1 point of damage. There's no additional effects. Not on that, guys. Okay. This one is. This one actually reaches out and tries to grab the little bit of the thread that's still there. Where's that fucking ability? There it is. Okay, it still has to try. It has to touch you. So, which you can use its dex on, which is much better. I don't think an 11 hits your touch AC.
Touch? Maybe. What would you like to roll?
Hold on a second. Okay, so you had.
Look, I'll give you this. It's real close.
I know
If
it's
you
got to be at
roll-
least close.
Yeah. If you roll, you have a really good chance of getting it.
I don't believe you. I think if I roll, I'm guaranteed to get you.
Shut up.
So I'm going to.
I said a really good chance. And that also means yes, because it's 11, and I have 12.
Okay, cool.
So, yes.
So, all right, so that touches you. Give me a will save.
Yeah. 16.
So it does grab a hold of this, feel the pain of it kind of just forcefully pulling on this and trying to finish whatever concentration it had. Whatever it's doing, you manage to resist it. You can feel the vibration starting to push through, and touch your bones and all that same stuff, but you're able to actually shrug it off this time. It looks up in surprise and then kind of gets into a fighting position and it's going to actually just fight from here on.
Oh, so it doesn't still have a hold of me? Or
No,
does
it lets go.
Okay.
It grabs it and then whatever it's trying to do doesn't work and it just lets go of it. It's going to try to fight instead. It hisses something out, and this one is going to, as a swift action, you very quickly see it seems to make a kind of a symbol with its hands and mark across its own chest. And you can sort of see this sparkling rift appear around it that seems to expand and fade around its form and creates kind of this rippling force around its body. So we'll do that as a swift. And with that same free hand, it kind of reaches to its side, and you can see another little rift sort of open up near the end of its like just outside of its reach, and what appears to be another of those tridents, except this is made of just pure light and force, seems to extend out of that rift and float next to him. How do I? Where'd my art for that go? Oh, you just hate me. Okay. No, it's cool. I'll use one of these other ones then. Fuck you. Use the mace kind of looks spear-like. That's not helping. Okay. Whatever. So this is it. This is the thing. Do that so it's anyway, summons that next to itself. That was a standard, and then it's gonna, or no, as a move, it's gonna direct that to slide over, and that spectral looking trident takes a stab at you. Ooh, 20 on the die. I don't think your AC's that good. I think the 20 hits you.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
How you be, Sam?
I'm standing.
That's good.
You take 7 points of piercing damage. And that is all of their turns. Now I'm going to just tell you straight out, blue team over here, they're just shooting arrows at you.
Yeah.
They ain't moving, they're just shooting at you. So we'll see if we have a repeat of whatever session that was when you just had a bunch of dudes shooting arrows at you.
Hey, it happens.
Ooh, some of those are good. Hold on. 21, 22.
Was that 21 part of it? No,
yes.
okay, yeah, the 21 was part. Okay. So that may be 3 hits. That 15 does not, unless you want to roll.
Yeah, I know the 15's not. You know what? I'll just let it ride. That's a lot of rolls. I know the 15 is not going to hit. I'm okay with it. I think the 18 hits, though.
Yep.
The 18 hits? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 3 hits.
For process of elimination, we know my AC is either 16 or 17 at this moment.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or it could be straight
Or
18.
I guess it could be 18 as well.
Yeah, it
sorry.
could be straight up 18.
Yeah.
So it's 3 hits. They're all the same damage. Holy shit, I almost rolled max.
Mhm.
Okay, so you take 18 more points of damage. And that is all of their turns. What the hell? There we go. It's your turn, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't have it, but cleave them!
Yeah. No, I'm doing something worse, I think. Which one's... Well, this is the one that stabbed Lamia, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one. The one that summoned that weapon over there. I'll give him an extra marking over here. We'll give him a pink mark.
I don't remember the details on it because I never was going to use it. But I'm going to try it and pull this, as I have it titled in my additional gear, Bone Dagger Evil Necro or Sacrificing Dagger.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Lamia went for key for you, and you're just. I'm gonna pull all the evil shit now.
Sam's mad. He was real mad. So yeah, drawing that probably gives him an attack opportunity. Don't care. Still gonna try and stab this man.
Well, you're surrounded,
Yep.
so
it's 3
many
attacks
things get attack opportunity on
if
you.
they take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna take them. Only so 2 of these are flanking, so and then regular. Okay. Another fucking 27, which is still not a critical threat. And a 15 and a fucking 16. You know what? Just for the sake of brevity and because you are outnumbered, I'm not going to roll any dice this round, but after this, I'm going to start rolling dice.
Okay.
So 27 I know hits, a 15 I know misses, does a 16 hit?
No.
Okay, so it's not 16. Alright, so that is not enough to drop you. You take 8. So you get the dagger out.
Yep. Yeah, and I attack this gentleman with this evil dagger, which I don't know if it's the same hit as a dagger or what. So,
It will be the same hit as the dagger plus 2.
I'm just adding a dagger to my inventory real quick so I can roll it quickly. You said plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 30.
Yeah, 30 definitely hits. So with this dagger, that is a critical threat, so please roll again.
+2 again, correct?
Yep, same bonus. 91.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you have anything for natty ones on attacks, do you?
I think it's only against me. Let me double check. Saving throw or critical hit is confirmed against you. No.
Oh, only against you. Okay.
So it's only if somebody gets it's to save my life, not to kill somebody.
No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't confirm, but you're still gonna do some damage. Okay, so this is gonna do the regular dagger damage +2. However, it's also gonna do an additional 2d6.
It's 2. You said what d6? Sorry.
2d6. Eight more, so that's it's 14. Or no, sorry, so it's 8 plus 8, so 16 total. Which didn't crit. That's right. Against him. Okay, cool. That's all of that. Yeah, you fuck him up pretty good. Doesn't drop him. Oh wait, you have 2 attacks though, don't you?
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you should have
using
2
the move
attacks.
action to draw didn't count.
Oh, that's true.
Against
Yeah,
that?
you did use the move action.
I mean, I just want to be in all fairness.
No.
I just
You're,
wanted to.
no, you're
make-
right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay.
So the move action to draw. Okay, so then
Even though I
anything
would
with
love to
Swift-
attack this man again.
so anything with your swift and do you 5-foot step?
Swift.
Let me move these guys out of the way just so they're not.
Standard. Is this also a standard? Yeah, it's also standard. I'm going to intimidate again if I can. Or
Still
can I do
standard.
that as a swift? Still,
That's still standard. Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't do anything.
Try to identify them. I'm joking.
Yeah, no.
Do you 5-foot step or do you stay where you are?
I will stay where I am.
Okay. So we will go through another round. Alright, so let's see. So they're all going to stay put. Except this guy this guy's going to rush around over here. Because they can see you're starting to flag, where the one guy cast a bunch of spells and stuff because it's like, oh shit, this guy's tough, but now you're clearly getting wounded and stuff. They're going to just try to keep swinging at you and try to take you down. So we got 4 attacks incoming. That's 8. So these are all the same exact bonuses, okay. They never roll this good.
Okay.
So hit, miss, not worth it, and then hit. Good lord. Why am I counting it like that? Oh, I forgot to put a separator. Okay, so it's hit, miss, hit. That's what I got. 3 hits. Three hits. There is a chance you stay standing because they don't have a modifier to these.
Oh.
Ooh, man, that was actually really close.
Yep.
So
Sam is down.
So you take 11. So go ahead and input the damage. Something's
Yep.
going to happen.
I did.
Okay. So, Sam, these things close in, and you can't obviously see in all directions at once. You're just trying to fend them off as best you can. You manage to deflect one of the tridents, but these things are clearly very used to fighting in a group. Attention being split all different directions. You feel one of them right as you kind of get your eyes on that guy, and you manage to, like, palm the side of the trident, and it scrapes across your stomach. You can feel it gets underneath the armor. Blood rushes out of that wound. You know another one's coming from your right, so you turn very quickly. You manage to get your sword or your dagger kind of in the way, but it doesn't have the length and reach to fully stop the tines of this trident. You can feel one of them dig underneath your gauntlet into your wrist and penetrates deep, actually digging into some of like part of the bones. It's not enough that it makes you drop the dagger, but you feel like your pinky's part of your arm goes numb. Those suck, but it's always the one you don't see coming.
Mm-hmm.
You feel another strike hit you in the back. You just feel it. There's no pain to it, which you've heard from some people that when you're wounded and you don't feel pain, it's usually a bad sign. And you feel all of your strength seems to just drop out of you. You feel your knees kind of go and you begin to sag. And you would fall, but you can feel the tines of this trident are actually holding you up. And right as they're pulled away and you're about to fall, you feel seemingly from the cord in front of you, you just get this glimpse almost like there's an ethereal hand holding it that seems to rise up and touch you on the chest and seems to catch you from falling. And you hear a very soft voice say, "Not yet." You're going to heal.
Oh, okay.
It'll keep you up, but we'll see by how much. You're going to heal 18.
Oh. Damn. Okay. Just for these arrows to take me out. No,
Right.
Which is fully possible, but yeah.
So you heal 18, you manage to like stagger and barely stay on your feet. You can hear the odd whistles and chirps of the creatures around you that seem kind of startled that just happened. Like, nah, what the fuck? Hacks. That was all of their turns. So we'll see if you survived a round of bows. Actually, it's the same exact rolls, so... Yeah. Because they have... Oh, you know, hold on, actually, so it's 1, 2... You actually have soft cover from... So the first roll and the last roll you have soft cover from. They have precise shot, but that doesn't stop soft cover, that just stops the -4 from being in melee. So first and last ones you're going to have better chances to avoid. Okay. So it's definitely 2 hits. It's definitely 1 miss. That's 16. I know the 16 doesn't normally hit you.
Feel free to.
I think soft cover is a +4. If a 16 doesn't hit you. Yeah, it's. I still
you
can't,
didn't. Okay.
Yeah,
You didn't add in the thing
hit
yet.
you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I still can't
That's
hit
what
you. I
was a little confused. I was like, no, you can. Yeah, no, you can't.
Nope. Yeah, soft cover is a +4 to your AC. It's basically the same as is the same as regular cover. It just doesn't give you a bonus to reflex saves.
Regular cover,
which is +4 to AC. So yeah. So that's gonna be 2 hits, which neither is a critical. So you will stay standing because not enough damage to bring you down yet. All right, so you take 9 total points of damage, and you stay on your feet. Which makes it your turn.
Yep. If I had a nickel for every time I've been on 8 health points in this fight, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot. It's weird that's happened twice.
Right?
Okay. That voice that said "not yet." Did it sound like how? I think Mr. Guy has talked to me before. Did it sound like her?
You're not sure.
Not sure. Okay.
Not sure.
I'm gonna pull this from Skyrim, and I'm just gonna say, "My God is watching over me. Can you say the same?"
Okay.
It's such a
attacking
cool
the
line.
same one. It is a good
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, but also, that guy died directly after that.
That's true.
And had he waited, he would have been fine. Possibly because of Dragon It. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a full round action of attacking that guy.
Okay. Let's go. +2.
I'm just gonna do full attack and damage roll, which was +2 to attack, +2 to damage.
Correct.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yikes. Okay. Yeah, 28 definitely hits. He had what? Where was he at? Okay, so even without the 2d6, that's gonna drop him. Okay, so your first hit actually slams into like the chest. Actually, no, sorry, you have a vendetta against this guy. You may describe your kill, and I'll elaborate after you're done. And just so you know, this means that you can use your second attack on something else.
Yeah. I'm sure he has his trident now, but I will flippantly just like go like I'm swinging both arms, but very direct. But I will try and grab the trident and pull him into the dagger. Kind of like I'm twisting my body to get more motion, but this hand's also actually grabbing.
Gotcha.
It sounds
okay.
Cool.
That's dope.
And it pulls him towards me as I sink it into his where on a human the rib cage would just end, kind of up into the diaphragm is where I would try it.
Like into the
don't know how
plexus,
this
kind of
yeah. Don't know how this species works or this race, but it's
yeah,
where I would go for.
You can feel that dagger, like it definitely breaks through something. Like maybe the sternum was still down there, so whatever it was, you can feel the impact of against something hard, and then it's splitting under the force of the dagger blow. Now, let me see. Did you guys get the full description of this dagger?
I believe so. It does something when you kill something, but I don't remember what it was.
I believe, Eli, did you have that noted? The full description of this dagger?
I don't remember if I did have the full. I remember. I think I got it. Let me see where it is. It might be here in my
Didn't
notes.
it kind of look like the No, I'm thinking of something else.
I
thought it might
never
have looked like the
intended to
bug.
use this, so I didn't write it down. But
No, I did.
things change.
It's tough going through sessions and trying to figure out where it is.
Sorry.
If I control F that.
Scroll. I'll go find it. Oh, this is the old description. This isn't the updated one. That's not good. Oh, maybe it's in my other notes here. Roll20 just has the original draft of it. Oh, that's what that's from. And Dave, you confirm you don't have it?
No, I mean it's probably in my notes somewhere, but like I'm digging through there trying to find it. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, we'll probably just use the old one. I was gonna let you describe it to the audience, but
If you drop it for me, I'll save it to my thing, and then
it's not the right one, so I'm gonna have to redraft it. Okay. So the effect of it. So first of all, this dagger has a life-draining quality to it. When you drop a creature below 0 hit points, they have to make a save or die as the death knell spell. You definitely dropped him below 0. Well below 0. With the 8. As a matter of fact, roll me the 2d6 real quick. Okay, that puts him... Okay, so he does still have to make the save against Death Knell. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. That drops him exactly to his death threshold. Okay, he doesn't get a save. He's dead. So when that happens, if you slay a creature with it, whether with the Death Knell effect or the just the actual attack, you still get the effect of Death Knell, which is, I'm going to link it to chat so they can all see it if they like. But I'll also drop it in here. And then I'll read it out here. So, you draw forth the ebbing life force of a creature and use it to fuel your own power. Upon casting this spell, you touch a living creature that has -1 or fewer hit points. If the subject fails its saving throw, it dies, and you gain 1d8 temporary hit points and a +2 enhancement bonus to strength. Additionally, your effective caster level goes up by a +1, improving spell effects dependent on caster level. The increase in effective caster level does not grant you access to more spells. The effect lasts for 10 minutes per hit die of the subject creature. So, you're going to gain... So roll 1d8, that's going to be temp HP for you.
No, take it.
Alright, it's 6 temp hit points. And then you get a +2 enhancement bonus to your strength.
Yep.
Which is going to last... Number of hit dice. It's going to last 40 minutes. Now, there is an additional effect to this, which is what wasn't in the draft. The additional effect is why you keep dealing that extra 2d6 damage. I'm just going to tell you now that you've seen it in action. If a creature has damaged you within the last round, you deal an extra 2d6 damage to them. And the final extra effect, when you kill a creature that has that that vengeful effect on it, you also are going to heal a number of hit points equal to double its hit dice. So you're going to actually heal 8 hit points. So you got the temp HP, and you're going to actually heal 8. However,
still in this, guys.
You are still in this.
Yeah.
However, you are radiating an evil aura.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because that has drained... It essentially what it does is it drains a portion of that creature's soul to heal you.
Boy, Sam.
So as you pull this thing over and slam this dagger into it, you can see the life drain out of it. Like, all of the color drains out of its face, out of its eyes, out of its clothes, even. You can see what looks like pure black smoke starts to roll off of its skin and out of these now hollow sockets where its eyes were. And, like, as it kind of desiccates and, like, the jaw falls open, you can see this black smoke seem to roll out of its mouth as well. That has these little sparks of white and blue and red that seem to, like, dance about it for a moment before fading out. You pull the dagger free and it drops prone to the ground in a rather pathetic heap. But it sounds like dry leaves hitting stone. There is what you can only imagine is a shout of alarm amongst the creatures. You still have another attack. So
yep.
if you would be taking that, or are you aiming it at this one, or which one are you aiming at? They're all in base contact with you.
Yeah, which one stabbed me in the back?
Scroll up. It was the last hit
Probably
that
that one,
dropped you was... Oh, that's right. Hold on. Yeah, it would have been this guy.
Okay. Yep, goes towards him.
All right, 20 is going to hit him. He did hit you last round, so take 7 plus 2d6. Or actually, he would take 8 because you would have had the strength enhancement by then.
Oh,
So 8
okay.
plus 5 more. Okay. So he takes 13. He's still up, but clearly wounded. You can see the reaction. Like the first one that when you hit it with the dagger, and you got it pretty good. They don't seem to be armored. It reacted the way you'd expect a warrior to react, where it clearly winces in pain, draws back, goes defensive, but it stayed resolute, focused on you. This one, now seeing what happened with that dagger, seems to react in a much more extreme way to the fact that cut actually got to it. Like it dances back a couple of steps, takes a much more defensive posture. You can tell it's kind of freaked out a little bit by that. But it's still there. Do you 5-foot step?
You know what? Yes.
Okay. This guy is difficult terrain right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna move down one.
Okay.
Focusing on this guy, moving out of the range of the others.
Okay, so you drop one of them. So the first thing that's going to happen, this guy's going to move over here. Does Dave become a lich in the past? I don't know that Dave did, but...
Looks left, looks right. What did you hear? No. I would much more go with the David Lopan curse of undeath.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
So that guy moves over there. Or actually, he would 5-foot steps over there. And you see him draw out what looks like a dried gourd, almost like a water skin in a way. But it's kind of, it almost looks like stone, but it has the same sort of features as you would see like a dried gourd for storing water, but it's also a bit smaller. It pulls the the stopper off of it, and you can immediately smell this intense herbal smell. And it goes and starts to pour this very sharp herbal kind of alcoholic smelling liquid into the mouth of the one that fell, and it doesn't seem to have any effect. That's that one's turn. It shouts something at the others. This one's going to step in and attack you. These other two are going to still swing at you. They can outflank you right now. So they only have +6. Okay, a 19 and a 23. I think both of those hit.
Be correct.
Roll like this, Jesus. So that's just 2d8. Yeah. Damn good on that too. So you take 12.
Because Sam's gone a little to the dark side.
Yeah.
So what?
It's because Sam's gone a little to the dark side.
Oh.
Yeah. So
he's mad.
6 of my temp HP.
Yeah, so yeah,
6
takes
of
10
my
HP.
regular.
Cool.
12 total? Yes.
Yep, 12 total. That's all they've got at you. Okay, so now the bowmen.
Yep. This is kind of same situation as last time. I'm like, maybe.
So the bowmen, that going. They just saw you heal. Is the tea jug Dave's phylactery? Yeah, he just fills it with rubbing alcohol and mint leaves.
And of course, souls.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. It's got to have souls in it. But
Yeah. Souls of the
so
team.
for these guys, I'm going to make them rolls for morale. They have pretty good will. Degrees of success here. Okay, so that means one of them. Okay, so yeah, that's actually really good for them. One of them is going to spend its turn, goes up there, and it's going to grab that one and start dragging him away. Even though he's like clearly dead.
Well,
The other three shoot you.
It's like to lose a friend. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, you have no soft cover from these. They're all pretty clear shots this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I took the thing of not being flanked to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the
that's
idea.
wrong.
It's
These
like,
are both too higher. I did the wrong. The 8 is not worth it. A 19 is going to hit you.
Mhm.
Yeesh. Take 7 more. You're still up.
Yep.
It's basically your turn again.
I'm going to do another full round attack on this one that I've already hit.
Let me put the pink thing on him. Pink is for vengeance.
2.
Jeez. 28 definitely hits. 10, and then roll the 2d6. Okay, so 14 more to him. I think how much before? A lot. Okay, so that drops him. He's still technically alive. Since he has to roll against this, I'll tell you the DC for the death knell effect now. Or once he rolls against it, it's will save, I believe. It is indeed. I can do nothing about that.
It's a natural 1 for the DM,
Yay,
correct?
the
Yeah.
GM is leading. Not that it matters. I think Sam's the only one that did anything.
It's I was definitely gonna roll a die if it was anything but that. But the DC on the death knell effect is 16. So anyway, so that one also dies. So you're gonna get another D8 temp and then another 8 hit points back.
You said D8 temp.
Yeah.
Baby. Give her another round.
It's
Yeah,
more
that's
than
pretty good.
last time. Jeez.
Yep.
then
And
heal 8.
what was the D8 for health?
You just heal 8. You just heal straight
Oh,
up.
heal 8.
Yeah, it's double the hit dice of whatever you kill. They have 4 hit dice.
Love it. Cool. All right. So I have a second attack.
You do. That was the 14
Now, do I
there.
think that a 14 can hit? Because I haven't been around that threshold yet. I'm going to go ahead and burn a luck on that.
Okay.
If we have a luck, correct?
Yep. You have
We
2
heard it
left.
roll a couple times. Okay.
Yeah.
So
After this,
I'm
you have 2 left.
2, 16.
AC 16. So that's 10 and then 2d6.
Oop, I just rolled 1. 8.
So 8 more, so 18. So it's still up, barely. Yeah, that one is very wounded. It did hit you, so. He's pink now. So he's hurt, and then
Yeah.
do you 5-foot stepper now?
Yeah. Can I do a diagonal, or is that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can diagonal 5-foot step.
I'm gonna throw this at him.
Slide over there. Okay. That's back to them. So he's very wounded now.
I'm over here, solid snaking it with a dagger.
So yeah, they've. Do I roll? No. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you now. This guy's gonna retreat. This guy's gonna get a roll.
Yeah.
Because he's very wounded. And you're on some kind of demon time. Okay. Yep. He retreats by jumping backward onto like a section of like this like odd like circular section, like a little disc. Jumps backward onto that very swiftly, like clutching his side where you stabbed him, and will fly away from you double speed. It's gonna go that way first to get out of your range and out of sight over the cliff. This one does the same. You can hear like whistles and shouts as it passes. And the other four, this guy's doing the same thing he did before. He's gonna drag that one onto the disc that he's got and start flying away. So he's gone. But these other three, we're gonna see if they try to get some parting shots off or if they just leave. Ah.
One thing I don't like about it is how much time this is taking. Not like our time, but like in-game time. Because Lamia is dying.
Yep.
That's in
hydrate.
Sam's head in the back. Say that again. I heard a loud noise.
Hydrate.
Oh, hydrate. Okay.
E. Denetzo, Lamia is not, or Giselle is not falling asleep. She had a, what do we say? I-beam surgery.
I-beam,
Yeah.
yes. Laser
So she
I-beam.
has to keep her eyes closed sometimes so she doesn't like cyclops everybody outside her window.
Yep.
But no, legit, she
I would
has
have
an
said
actual
she's
reason to
meditating.
keep her eyes closed occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So I rolled a. What did I just roll? So I rolled those things. So either one of those is the same result. I don't remember which is which. I got completely lost. Two of them immediately retreat. One of them is going to take a parting shot at you. And 25 hits.
Yep.
Only deals 2. Doesn't even get through your temp. It jumps back. It doesn't even seem like it pays attention to see if it drops you or anything. Just takes the shot and immediately jumps off and flees. They don't even risk getting the other one that's dead over there. Okay, so with that, combat is over.
For about 3 seconds, Sam stares angrily at them, seething aura emanating. He looks down at the one at his feet, desiccated, I'm assuming.
Yeah, same effect as the first one.
He'll kind of I'm trying to think if he'll do it with his feet or if he'll do it with his hands. Try and like half search it to see if it has one of those flasks on it that the other one had that tried to pour. I recognize that as, oh, it's trying to heal its buddy who is fucking dead. See if this one has one.
So you go to search him. So obviously you see its trident laying next to it. It does have a bow on its back, but and a quiver, but it didn't use them in this fight. As you try to feel around, you do find several different objects. You find a pouch that has very strange looking coins. You wouldn't even call them coins. It's almost like they're like chips of gems. They're not rough chipped. It doesn't look like somebody just shattered a ruby or anything. It looks like they were properly carved. The shapes are just odd. Like they're not like perfectly uniform and flat or anything like that. They're just some like odd, jagged patterns that they seem to be in. But they'd probably be pretty valuable. So you find a bag of that stuff. And then you do find one of those little flasks on its hip.
We'll pocket both those things.
And then the last thing you find is it seems to be tied to like the back of its like they're more wearing robes, but you can see that there's like a belting kind of underneath it. And you see tied to the back of it appears to be a braid of shimmering silver cords. Seem to be all like braided together.
Sure.
Very similar to the same ones you guys have. That's like the one hanging out of your chest.
If I knew how to use those, that would be interesting. I'll still take them.
Untie them, pull those off.
I'll look at that dagger and I'll put it back in my belt where I had it. And
So if you put that away, and I imagine there's that moment of like, what the hell do I do now?
I'll reach down, pick up that trident, walk back to the center of this circle. I'll grasp for that strand myself and try and pull it out.
It's excruciating.
Yep.
Like it just takes all the breath out of you for a second. As you like inhale to like maybe go try again, you notice there appears to be a disembodied, very like hand, very sleek, very say feminine looking, almost like it's made out of starlight or moonlight. Seems to be holding the end, like the frayed end of it. And you hear that same voice just says, "This is not your way back." And it seems to pull slightly, not enough that it hurts, just almost to like turn you and direct your attention. And when it does, you look over the like opposite edge of this island you're standing on. You see a lot out there. Almost like it was very easy to miss at first. It was just so much that it's overwhelming. But now, with the adrenaline finally dying down, you see shapes moving in the distance, some clearly enormous, but lifetimes away from you. Some possibly closer, smaller, but unidentifiable. You can even see what you're pretty sure are the creatures you just fought still fleeing off into the distance. You notice there's no sense of movement. In fact, even, if you take a couple of steps towards the edge, it still feels like there's gravity here and such, even though it seems lessened. But as you're like stepping, it feels off. Like instead of you are moving through the world, almost like it's just rolling and traveling with you at its center as you try to move. But what she seems to direct you towards is a much more obvious shape in this whole expanse. Something that you're now seeing is entirely unique in this whole canvas of both void and odd cosmic colors and silvery lights in the distance and faraway stars. You see a moon. It's the only one you see. And you hear the voice say, "Go." She says that, and you can kind of feel this, that odd sense of movement like you may have some control over it. It's a difficult thing to grasp, but like maybe you can shift things somehow. And I'll explain this to you. Effectively, in the astral plane, the way that you actually move about, other than the fact that you're on a solid object now, there's very few solid things here. So the normal way you move is by changing what direction gravity is. In order to do that, it is a wisdom check.
Thank God.
And then subsequent ones to continue your course or to readjust as needed.
Okay. Look, man, as a hoverboard and Static Shock fan, are one of those floating discs still over here too that they rode up on?
To be fair, yeah, actually 2 of them are there.
How big are those?
About 3 feet. 1 second. Hold on.
Okay. So not really. I couldn't like take one and then ride one in theory, right? Like hold on to one.
Double checking. They're 3 feet in diameter.
Okay.
So you can easily stand on it, and we'll say like you try it, but you don't know how to get the damn thing to move. It's not. It doesn't just go, but you can stand on it, and it does seem to hover. So you could like hold on to it and like see if it travels with you if you shift gravity.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that because part of Sam is like, I don't want to float through the air. Of like that's scary to him, so I'm gonna try and stand on that and shift.
All right, give me a wisdom check.
Yep.
And what are you trying to make? You're down. Are you trying to make it the moon? Or are you?
Well, I looked at the moon. She said go, so yeah, that sounded right to me.
All right, wisdom check it is.
I'll just be it. Okay, that's not bad.
19's great. So at first it's a little bit dodgy. You're like, okay, what's going to make that down? I need to go that way. And it's like you have to go through a few different exercises in your head, and finally you get it to. At one point you get it to shift, but holy shit, you move fast. So imagine there's that moment of like when it first happens, and you just suddenly start. It's like you just start falling because all of a sudden that way is down. So you just drop. So I imagine there's like a almost reflexive shift back to where it was. So you stop. It's like, oh shit, I did it. And then give it another go, and it's easier that second time, and you're kind of ready for it. You plummet.
Does the disc come with me, or does it stay with you?
If you're like holding on to it, it comes with you.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem to be slowing you down at all, but maybe it brings you some slight comfort. You move very quickly when using this travel method. You move at about 150 feet per round, and it increases. So
Woo!
you are zooming.
Suck on that, Silkwind.
And it's a little bit odd because you still have that same like Silkwind, yeah. You still have that same sense of like free fall of like stomach, like how your stomach kind of drops, and other things feel like they sort of fall into a weird space or go into your stomach. And you have all the same senses of free fall, but it's missing the wind. There's no air rushing past you at all. And it kind of occurs to you that, holy shit, thank goodness we got these planar adaptation things. Because you don't know if you'd be able to breathe without it. But, Sam, you begin streaking towards that moon. And from there, we will cut over to the others for a bit. So if you'd like to take a break of some kind or anything, feel free to.
I'm gonna run.
I don't need a break, so if either of you need one, I'll just handle the other person's thing.
If you don't mind handling Molly, because I'd be gotta pee.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Let me go to your stuff over here. Harley, quit licking. Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, I
Don't
love it
fake
when your
yawn.
dog is just licking themselves, and you're like, oh my god, stop that. You're just gonna rip off your fur.
Yeah, you're gonna go on camera. You keep that up. Yeah, I see you. I can do that too. Hold on, I gotta give him some pets real quick. Everyone, relax. Okay, relax. The dog needs pets. Chill. Okay? It'll be fine. Alright. So, Lamia. You're very accustomed to pain at this point. Maybe even some new scars will come out of this, assuming you survive, right?
Yeah.
More memories, more parts of your own personal story. And if you
Yeah.
don't survive, then yeah, maybe you find out what the afterlife is like, or you get to see what happens on the next trip around the cycle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does
Kinda-
Lamia feel at peace? Or if she could
It
could
feels-
feel at the moment.
It feels kind of lame that at least it wasn't the mystery man that knocked her down. Because hey, at least then she'd feel like, okay,
Feels
well,
lame.
at least he went down killing, the being that likely led others to killing all of his kind. So it's that she feels, man, it's kind of lame. But she at least did what she. I mean, she did what she could.
Okay. So that sense of disappointment will actually kind of follows you through the next, well, God, who knows how much time passes. But you drift in and out of consciousness. Lamia, at the moment, because your astral form was destroyed, you have 2 negative levels.
Whoa! Okay. Let me get. How do I do that?
It's under conditions, energy drain. You put 2 in there.
Okay. Boop, boop. Okay, is it on there already? Or. Yep, there we go. Okay.
Okay. Let's do this. Hold on. Do you have good news for you?
Cool.
Oh, I forgot the +1. Okay, so you're gonna heal 8 hit points.
Cool. Do I do it from the negative on there?
Just your regular hit point total.
Well, because it said
Take
it
from
wasn't
your current
minus
hit
2
points.
before the.
So add 8 to your current hit points.
Oh, okay.
Because you have -10 temp right now from the negative levels.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's see. Would you go on there, little jackass? Okay, it is not letting me do that.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're gonna
No
heal
idea
that.
why it wasn't letting me.
But because you're extra, okay? That's why. Anyway.
All right,
So-
fair enough.
So yeah, so what is happening is you are drifting in and out of consciousness. You feel terrible. It's not even the wounds. Like, those are bad, but like you're used. I wouldn't say used to that kind of pain, but you've been there before. It sucks, but there's an unfortunate familiarity to it, right?
Mhm.
I mean, there's flashbacks of dealing with Isla and getting
Mhm.
crushed into paste for a moment, and all of the other things that you've had to stand up to that have tried to rip you to pieces. You might have a fleeting memory of the healing granted to you under the moonlight. Oh yeah, speaking of the scars, when that heals over, it doesn't leave scars.
Yeah.
In fact, you've probably got less now than you used to. You have
Yeah.
to lean on that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much of your skin is still yours? Right? Kind of an odd question to think of. I mean, obviously you still get to wear it, but at this point, most of it seems to have come from that power you kind of don't want to indulge in. But fleeting thoughts and... Oh wait, are you waking up? Nah, everything's still dark. Everything still hurts. You still feel very, very sick. But you can hear things in the distance. Even though you don't have the strength to open your eyes, you get peaks of light, blurry and unfocused. You get the view of your own hand next to you, still armored, disarmed, but your fingers twitch. You barely feel it, but it's just a little bit of a jolt of, not excitement, but hope of, oh, I am still alive. And you just barely hear voices speaking in Ulu. Neither of which is particularly familiar. You hear someone say, that ought to stabilize her. And someone replies to that. He goes, I don't know. But I don't think she's gonna die. Not from that, at least. What do we do with this one? And then it all seems to wash out. It becomes jumbled. First you think maybe they switched languages, but now it's kind of just becomes mush mouth in your ears. Your thoughts are louder than their voices. Where are your friends? You still don't know that. Your eyes open a little bit more. Again, you even manage to blink. Like, shift of your foot, your boot, scrapes on the stone below you. You manage to turn your head slightly. You don't see Eli. You don't see Sam either. Everything goes black again. You come to again. You're moving. Definitely moving. Oh, and it hurts to be moved. Like, every single wound, it feels like, is anchored to a spot and trying to pull you back to the earth. And someone is moving you forcibly away from it. It's agony, but you don't have the strength to scream. You probably wouldn't even spare the energy to do so. But you are being moved, and you can see a glimmer of maybe something golden, and you're set down near or against something very solid. It feels like a wall, but when your head drops back, it kind of goes over the lip of something, so you can tell whatever it is not a full wall, but has like an edge to it. And just faintly, as your eyes kind of roll to the side before the darkness seems to close in on your vision, you'll see an unfamiliar face. Excuse me. Of a kind of dark-haired young demi-man, very powerfully built. He's kind of he's like staring down at you like almost a look of curiosity for a second. And you see he says something, and he's like shakes his head, and you black out again. And then finally, mercifully, you do wake up. So, let me pull you to where you are. So, you still have the negative levels, unfortunately. Excuse me. Yeah, you still have the negative levels, unfortunately. Health is where it is. The condition you have is disabled. You can just put staggered for now, because I don't think it has a disabled condition on here. It's essentially the same as being staggered, so you only get one action each round. But it has the added caveat of if you take a standard, or if you take a standard action or anything deemed strenuous, you will lose a hit point and begin dying.
Mm-hmm.
So, you do finally wake up. I'm sorry, I was setting the map up and then I got distracted. There we go. Okay, let's bring you back over here. And then when that loads, we drag it over here. There we go. Okay, you see the same two people I described to Eli in his little glimpse before he got, his homecoming. And so you see, yeah, the same strong-looking young man, the same dark-cloaked man with the onyx beads on his left hand. You can see the cloaked man has his right hand is resting on the hilt of a blade, and the other, as you finally come to, says, "Well, I'll be. She's back to the land of the living. I wouldn't move too much if I were you. How you feeling?"
Pretty awful.
Yeah, I would too. Well, I can tell you some good news and some bad news.
I know one bad news.
Do you now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead and share it.
You're not supposed to be here.
Oh,
Just
well.
like I wasn't supposed to be here.
Well, I suppose that's in the eye of the beholder, right? Bad news I gotta share is maybe a little bit more dire to your circumstances. And that is, we gotta leave you here. See, that there trap that old boy over there set kind of requires somebody to stay here to keep guard. If they don't, goes off again, everybody ends up in, what is that place you said? And the cloaked guy says, in the astral sea. We have no intention of going there. Too much business to attend to. I hope you understand this isn't personal, Lamia.
How do you know my name?
As if you're a secret. You're all practically famous. Aldwin Logistics and Retrieval has made quite a name for itself, hasn't it?
Certainly.
Getting your noses into all sorts of things. Meddling with gods, nascents.
Wish I had a mirror right now. That one's like under her breath, but like she's obviously listening to him.
Well, sorry, I'll let you continue. And the other guy says, "Thank you kindly." Other good news is, oh shit, did I already? No, I told you the bad news. Well, yeah, so the good news is, well, one of your friends we can't find, but we did find the other one. He stuck around, so, don't know what's up with him. Guess maybe his body and soul are separated or something like that, but we're going to go ahead and take him with us, keep him safe. And,
Which one?
Short one.
If you know my name, you should be able to easily tell me the other name.
I mean, I could, but I think you know who I'm talking about. Oh, Good Bean. I mean, to
Fine.
be honest, I'm glad to see him okay. Seems like a good enough fella.
Same with the astral plane's nose is itching like crazy. What's going on? Somebody said short.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm glad that I can be of use for your trespass. Make sure he
Yeah.
gets up there okay. There's this huge fiery worm. Don't let him eat any of you. Seriously, it's one of the most painful things I ever survived in my life.
Oh, don't you worry about that. We're aware of it. We got our ways. I mean, I'm just glad it's off elsewhere. That thing is something else. But anyway, that's, I think, all I've got. I think we got what we came for.
Oh, this may not matter, but if you can, there is a big portrait She'll describe where the room is. That needs to be given to Sam so he can give it to a friend of ours. I don't know if we can take any of the moonstones with us, but at least you can do that.
Yeah, you may as well save breath on that one. We're not doing that.
Cool.
But you enjoy now. I mean, I think, just based on what we've seen, getting to stay in here means you'll probably be immortal. That's something a lot of people go for.
Nah.
I mean, I guess you could change that, but...
The person that was here before didn't seem to be happy to be immortal any more than anybody else would be.
Well, we certainly relieved him of that distress.
For what reason?
He's the body next to you.
Why would you just do that?
I don't pretend that you think we're just doing stuff for no reason. That's way too much trouble just to come out here for wanton killings. We had a mission, and I'm not going to share it with you, because on account of you not, being on our team and all. But,
sorry, I forget their name. It has been a while.
Are you talking about Hayethe Modric?
Yes. For Modric.
I mean, I guess you could guess that if you like, but they ain't the only team out there, so you're welcome to wonder. You're going to have plenty of time for that. And the other guy says, enough. Lamia. Do take care.
Thanks, stranger.
Oh. It's a shame you don't remember me. He chuckles. And they begin to leave.
Is there, a check that I can, hey, does that voice sound familiar to me at all?
Technically, it is a...
It's like auto-hypnosis, right?
You don't have that.
Nope.
No, usually just for remembering it's intelligence, but this is... I believe it's a technically perception check.
Well, okay, then.
In this case. Oh, alright. Yeah, look at that. Holy shit. You managed to roll good.
Is it going to be... Okay, we'll see.
I don't know. I'm checking. Are you going to leave it there or what?
Oh, do you guys mind?
I mean, 29 is really high. I'm just...
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, I like getting to that 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that, chat? This is what they use their luck die on, okay? So, 33 is definitely enough. You do recognize that voice. You recognize it from the Markham Manor. The guard
okay.
No one recognized. Same one who disappeared. That you surmised must have been the assassin.
Oh, okay. Okay, Lamia will say is we never gave each other, or did we give each other our names? I don't remember.
I mean, you never got his. He just was a house guard as far as you were concerned.
Okay, well, Lamia will laugh and we never gave each other our, we never gave each other our names. How can I remember a person with a name that is basically as defenseless as a guard?
I suppose our definitions of defenseless are different. For example,
me.
Yourself. And he waits for the other guy to walk out. And you can hear as the lever is engaged, the stone slides, the door shut. And you're left in this room in the quiet. There's no bindings on you. You're just hurt. You do see that your weapon is there. It's not near you. We'll say it's over here.
Oh, that's nice. They didn't take that away. That's very nice because if anyone studied that for a minute, it's oh hey, this is Whisper Steel. Lamia, I guess, will touch guy that was stabbed.
He is cold. You don't know how much time has passed, but he's already cold. You don't see... I mean, you can see a wound on his chest, but you don't see the weapon that did it.
They said you were an immortal. You actually still... Are you actually dead?
There's no response.
Huh.
All right, Amelia goes insane. Cool.
No.
Dave, no.
She will say, "Oh man, Luxie. At least you'll have another person that knows how it feels to be starving and yet still alive all the damn time."
You got a body to eat.
It won't taste good. It's already dead. That's not the point. Anyway, then you can cut to Dave.
More happens. So.
Oh, okay.
But I imagine that the Guardian's words might echo in your mind for a moment. The question he didn't allow you to answer. That if you believed your willpower would last longer than your lifetime, can you resist those temptations forever? I mean, this is a good opportunity for that, right? I mean,
well, so here's the thing.
Remove the
Lamia
temptations.
had an answer. It was a cheesy answer, but here's what her answer was. I don't have to worry about that. Because I have friends who manage to think of other ways beyond my willpower.
Do you?
That's what her answer was. And you know what? You know what? She's still... Sam is still out there. She know. I mean, they said they have his body. So, at the very least, Sam is still out there.
Okay.
Lamia believes in Sam.
Body.
She doesn't need to worry about her willpower. Especially now that there's not going to be anything to eat. She's going to starve. That's fine. Starving immortal? Cool.
You hear something crack, seemingly from the corpse next to you. Almost like a pane of glass cracking. When you, I imagine you look over at him, and you actually can see. It seems like there was some kind of, just right next to you, there was a burst of energy or something that seems to have broken the armor around the wound, so that it's kind of curled outward, and you can sort of see his whole chest. There's this obviously clean stab and drag down, somebody plunged a dagger or a sword into his chest and then dragged downward, and, split open the breastbone and just eviscerated his chest cavity. But around that, you can kind of see what seems to have exploded. There's burned flesh in the shape of some kind of circular, some kind of circle, and then a runic symbol that appears to have been pierced by the stab wound. Unfortunately, you don't have any magical senses or anything like that to figure that out, but you can see obviously something happened. And he kind of twitches for a moment, and you see the eyes shoot open. What were once just the big, bright, glowing blue eyes, you can see are now black. And there's some kind of dark smoke, pure black smoke seems to be streaming out of them. And he coughs, and there's a puff of that comes out of his mouth, and you see little sparks of color in that. He looks at his hand for a moment, and you can see just an armored hand, and he tears off the gauntlet. You can see the hand beginning to wither and desiccate and necrotize beneath it. He says,
Oh.
he pauses and he looks over at you, and there's like a moment of recognition, and you do see a hint of like almost like an expression that's like, really? This one? And he says, make it count. He gets up. Coughs again, and you can see another puff of that black smoke out of his mouth. And he makes his way over, kind of staggering over to this door. Kind of collides with it for a moment, and he looks back at you and goes, "Get up!"
Okay. Well, so I guess, for lack of a better word, Lamia will get up and rush, like, you know, that kind of rush when you're like lifting yourself up, but you're still like low to the ground just because you're just trying to fall forward, but
So
your
just,
feet are still moving.
Yeah, like stagger, half crawl movement. Do you go and grab your halberd?
Let's see, where was it again?
Yes.
Over in this corner.
I'll answer for.
I'm staggered. I
Yeah.
don't have.
So it's once per round. So it's gonna take you some seconds, but you spend the time and go and grab it real quick?
1, 2, 3,
It'll take you
4.
three rounds
you know what?
to get it. Yeah.
It'll take me 3 rounds.
First round you stand up, second round move, third round pick up halberd. Is literally how that would work mechanically. Or you lose a hit point for doubling your actions and start dying again. So it's up to you.
And he said make it count, so she's gonna leave.
Okay, so you leave the halberd.
Yep.
For now. Or you don't grab it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. He seems to be like kind of just holding himself against the door, and you can see the flesh on his face and like the exposed hand, which is touching the door, continuing to, it's like literally rotting before your eyes. And this like black smoke is starting to come out of his body. You can see these little colored sparks that exist inside of it as well that seem to be like fading out into the ether. He's not here to clarify this, but Panda, for you as a player's knowledge, the same thing you saw escaping the creatures you killed with the dagger.
Yeah.
So as you like stagger over to the door and like, you know, hold yourself up on it for a second, he reaches out and like grabs the front of your armor, and you see like the black eyes seem to lock onto yours, and he says, "Reject his gifts. Reject them.
Okay.
This is not a request."
Okay. Well, goodbye, Naluxifix.
And you can see like his face seems to get kind of more sunken. He presses his palm against the door, and you hear it unlock. And he slides down to one knee, pulls a bottle off of his own bandolier. It looks empty, but he hands it to you. He says, "I can give you nothing more. I've given everything I have."
Thank you.
The armor collapses forward, and you see like a scattering of black dust seem to pour out of it as his entire corporeal form is gone.
Okay. I guess she will foolishly try and did you say that was bandolier or potion?
He gave you like a bottle off of the bandolier that looks empty.
Okay.
It feels weighty, and like when you shake it, it sloshes, but you don't see anything inside it.
She'll try and go for it, because what else has she got to lose
Okay.
besides her life?
3d8 plus 5.
3d8 plus 5.
You take 3d8 plus 5 fire damage.
Acid damage.
Oh, I didn't add the +5. Damn it.
That's okay. So you heal 17.
Okay, let's see if it'll actually let me. Let's see.
You know how to add health from your token, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
ever
just
do
use
it from my
just use
token
your token.
normally. Okay, so
I never do that either.
Plus 17 to enter.
that'll be 30.
You just click in that part and put.
There we go.
Yeah. Just hit plus 17 and then enter, and we'll do the math for you. Cool. I mean, let's be real. 13 hit points out of 63. You don't feel good. You just
But I feel
like
so much
your
better.
limbs work.
Yeah.
So you feel like maybe you're not quite at the at death's door right now, but yeah, there you are.
Yeah. She's gonna grab her halberd and go through the door to try and chase after the people who have Sam's body.
Do you mess with any of the stuff that the guy left behind, or anything else in this room?
No, because she's worried about Sam. She's got to go
Sam's body wills you to do that, though. I'm not
Sam
there.
crawls through the door. I turned undead so that you would leave me behind. Get the loot. Okay, so you're gonna rush out of the room.
Yep.
All right.
Lamia is not the gremlin.
Yeah. Wait, how dare you?
So as you exit the room back out into the dungeon, now by yourself, we will cut over to Dave. Unfortunately, I don't have a map for you, so we're at Theater of the Mind time.
Yes.
I was working on it, but I didn't get to it. How could they have Sam's body? Because his physical body is still here. His astral self is still in the astral. Eli was the only one who fully passed, who fully disappeared. Which I don't remember how long you've been watching Demenzo, but so it's been established that Eli has been getting pulled. He had been getting pulled in his sleep from his physical location elsewhere, and he got a little thingamajig that helped him root himself in one plane. But he took that off when he was worried about... what were you worried about? Getting knocked out and then getting sucked into space? Is that what it was?
Yeah. I was like, I would rather go somewhere different than be,
Yeah, that's right.
Stuck or KO'd. Yeah,
That was during the whole vacuum thing. So if I get KO'd, I want to be teleported just somewhere else here than sucked out into the thing. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So since he took that off, instead of getting dragged back down here, he got dragged back to the place that's been pulling him. So Eli, after I don't know how long you would wait before you're like, okay, shit, I'm not going back this time, but because you were flickering in and out, but after a minute or so passes, yeah, it feels like you're really here again. Now, thankfully, well, I don't know if this is thankful, but you are in the same room that you teleported into last time, the same one that originally you saw the other people you knew in this same room before. None of them are here this time. You can still see the beds that they occupied before. You didn't get any of these beds. You were in another place, but if I remember correctly, this would have still been the space that you would have been in pretty often when socializing, or even attempting to come up here and sleep when you could to not be alone. It is strangely not so quiet here. You hear what sounds like the creak of stairs outside the door, and the rustle of lots of papers, and what sounds like a very transient wind. It gets closer, blows through, and then seems to dissipate from the other side of the door, almost like there's a windstorm outside. But the door you're standing in front of leads into the rest of this manor. You know this place like the back of your hand, regardless of how long you've been away from it. You do see that the one window across from you is boarded up. It's always been boarded up. And you can see some of the different scratch marks and things underneath some of the beds where people wrote different notes or took out frustrations by just stabbing into the wood and then, pulling their bed over it so it'd be hidden. All these familiar markings of the place. No toys, nothing for entertainment, just cold comforts. What does Eli do?
First, I'm gonna close my eyes and try real hard to open them somewhere different.
You close your eyes and start trying to think of other places, just anywhere but this one, and maybe anywhere but here and space. Like either anywhere but those two, right?
Yeah.
That you've been before, or maybe not that porta potty from that one time either. But otherwise, fair game. So yeah, you close your eyes and you try. Almost in that same way of hoping, like when you think, like maybe this is a nightmare, maybe I just need to wake up. And as you're focusing on that, you feel a drip of water from the ceiling land on your head. Slides down the back robes down into your clothing. Another time it happens. Yeah. This part of the roof leaked. It's all familiar. But you're definitely here. Doesn't seem like any wishing is going to take you out of it.
All right. Well, it's time to get doing. I look around to check and make sure Aldwood's here. I'm not just totally severed.
Look around and you realize it's dark in this room. Your dark vision's activated, so it doesn't feel like he's missing, but yeah, you can't see him in here. There's no light.
Okay, well, let's find us some light then. Just go to the door.
Okay. You open it, or you listen at it, or
Yeah, I'll listen first. Just do that thing where, when you're in a situation that's tense and you're somewhere you don't want to be and you stop and you just try and hold your breath for as long as you can to listen and then breathe as steadily as you can after that to just try and not make too much alarm, but you just need that absolute quiet to hear every little thing.
Okay. You do exactly as you described. You stay there for a moment, kind of holding the breath, just also having to kind of calm yourself for a moment so you don't hear your own heart pounding in your ears, anything like that. Just whatever breathing exercises you've learned over time to sort of center yourself for these moments. And I imagine you might regret listening so closely after a moment. So what you hear at first is just a bit confusing. It's the sounds of lashings.
Mm-hmm.
You hear, the familiar sound of a, leather braid across skin, and the cries of pain. That's your voice.
I don't like that at all.
It's just like an echo in the distance, like it's from... it's from deeper into the house. It does seem to fade away. You hear what sounds like the creak of footsteps moving across the hallway just outside the door. Getting closer, in fact. Hear mutterings in Tertian. The formula is not complete. Still not complete. Your master's voice. But also fades, almost like a ghost. And you hear the wind again, rustling of papers. Then it goes quiet. You know the wind will come back, but that silence is probably not very reassuring.
I guess I'm just going to open the door.
You go to try the door. Fucking thing is locked from the outside, because of course it is.
Why wouldn't it not be? Well, time to knock.
The spell or
Yes, the spell.
okay.
Your sensor does that for the next like 6 hours.
Yeah. Banging on the door. Just
Come on, even ghosts get annoyed, right? Oh, let me out.
open it up. Yeah.
Some demon just kicks it open. Fuck, dude! I was gonna do a bunch of stuff. Anyway, sorry. So you cast knock. You hear the lock disengage. As soon as that happens, you hear what sounds like stomping footsteps coming down the hall back towards the door. Boop, 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 boop. They stop just outside of it. Door doesn't open. It unlocked, but it didn't open. Do you have any reaction? Do you like burst out there like surprise, motherfucker? Or do you...
Oh no, I'm finding the nearest thing that's hideable and hiding behind it. Are you kidding
So
me?
you'll hide under a child's bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the first bed I've hid under in this campaign.
That's true.
Hopefully this one doesn't have a dead body under it.
Good news. No, it does not have a dead body. So yeah, you go dive under one of those. Give me a stealth roll. Nice. So as you dive under this bed, kind of pull your feet in because you're a lot taller than you were the last time you had to do this. Completely just obscured under there. You probably grab like one of the discarded blankets and pull it just under, so that it's like draped over where you could be easily seen from the side of it, but you can still just barely kind of see between it and one of the legs of the bed. And right as you get you settle into that spot, the doors burst open. You can't see all the way out there because you're so low. There's such a narrow space, but you definitely see what appears to be very fine tertian robes that hang very low, almost dragging on the ground, but not quite, as is in fashion, not in this country. But they are as well crafted as they are, as expensive as they must be, and even the sense, the familiar sense of the clothing, having this kind of spices and some citrus notes to it from the colognes and other things sprayed on them. You can also smell smoke and burned flesh, and you can see patches of the bottom of this robe are legitimately burned away. Still with live embers glowing and slowly dimming at their corners. Some of which are the normal color of an ember, like orange, red, and some of which are blue, some of which are purple, some are giving off strange colors of smoke. And you see a set of nobles' boots bump on the ground, walking in with the robes dragging behind them. You see a cane hit the ground as well, seeming to help drag them along. But the bottom of the cane, this thing was familiar to you before. You remember it being this almost braided look of oak that had been kind of charred and treated in a way to turn it to this very beautiful glossy black color. And it had different little etchings and things in it of magic runes and other things. Always thought it was a really nice piece of work, but unfortunately an asshole had it. And you remember at the top of it there being this depiction of a hand with a clawed digits. It was there was something odd about it that you couldn't quite put your finger on, just the shape of the hand. And at the center of it was some kind of flower that was blooming, made of quartz at the center of it. But now you can see it's almost like this staff has been turned upside down. So he's walking with this clawed part hitting the ground, and you can see these jagged pieces of quartz on the bottom that seem to scrape along the wood. And you see it flex and pull forward, as if it's dragging him forward, and you see the feet in the noble's boots, they stomp like with like a heavy weight to them, but the way they move is a bit ungainly, almost like stagger steps being dragged forward by this object. And you can still hear his voice, still muttering to himself. Good for nothing. Good for nothing again. Where are you? Late. Your studies give you purpose. Your power gives you purpose. If I could give it to someone more worthwhile, I would. You see the claws sink into the wood and turn. You see the feet stagger, and it begins to head out of the room. Pauses in the doorway. And you hear a creak, almost like a wooden, like wood bending from up above the line of your vision. And you can almost kind of barely tell that the body is turning. But then it takes another step forward and the door slams behind it. You hear the creak of footsteps slowly moving away.
Yeah. I hold my breath for as long as I possibly can and listen again. And then when I feel like it, you get that lung burning feeling, just okay.
Long exhale.
Crawl out from underneath the bed.
Okay. You hear the wind outside again. After a minute or so it passes and goes quiet again.
Alright. Well, go to the door. Open the door.
Very carefully open the door. As you step out, this is the second floor. Thank goodness you didn't rush out of this room. Because the railing that is normally here is gone, and not only is it gone, there seems to be a sort of drop off. There's like just enough room sort of to like walk over here and turn and open the doors, which thankfully open inward for some reason. And then, but if you like take the wrong step, there's like this sort of slide, almost like something fell heavily onto this part of the wood and it's kind of slanted. So if you step in, you can like slip and fall down out of the second floor. And you can very easily see down past that area to the first... Where'd the floor go? You look down into what appears to be a huge, gaping pit where there was once fine rugs and furniture and dining table and all of these other things you're familiar with from having to go and make dinner and do all these things with your friends. It's gone. There's just a big crater there that you can't see the bottom of. You see what appears to be some different spots where there are ropes that go down into it. And then even if you look far enough out, you can see the hallway that goes out into the foyer. The crater goes right up to that. So like if someone was to walk in the front door and open the foyer, it's like immediate drop off. You can see right there appears to be a rope ladder going down. And then you can kind of see where the hallways that lead off into the other parts of the house go. The wind is quiet right now, though. You don't hear any other footsteps.
Okay. Well, I want to try and like work my way around. I'm obviously going to try and make my way to where the front door is so I can just get out of here.
So first you're going to have to find the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way out. The stairs are probably to your right. So you turn that way, start walking that direction. You look over where the stairs should be. They're not there. Of course they're not. But there's another set of stairs. There's like a hallway you can go through to get to the other side of this like upstairs railing area. There's another set of stairs that goes down there. So you start making your way that direction. You can see that there's one of the like water closets nearby, and there's your master's study you're gonna have to walk up to. Essentially, It's like his study, and there's like a door right here on the side that you want to go in to head that direction. So, assuming you're maintaining that stealth, do you have anything else you do to amp that up, or?
Is it dark in here?
It is dark. You do see. Yeah. Right now, it's still dark.
It's dark. I will use my Cloak of Shadows to buff my stealth by half my sorcerer level.
Nice. Okay. So that is
so +4 to my
plus
stealth.
4. Nice. So 28. So you do that, kind of blending into the darkness around you. And you get to make your way, I assume half speed to keep your full stealth.
Yes.
That direction. Still like kind of hurried, but you're trying not to like creak the floor or bump into anything because you don't want that shit coming back out here. You had to kill that bastard once. You don't have to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe you do.
I'm gonna have to, but I didn't want to do it just me.
Right.
Here, already beat to crap. Like.
Yeah. So you get almost all the way over there, and you begin to hear the wind pick up again, and you see lights approaching. The wind seems to be coming up from that pit, actually. So there's like a whistling howl that accompanies it now that you're out of that room. I imagine you like kind of pick up the pace because like that means the law of interesting stories dictates that something's coming out of that bitch.
Yeah.
Well, you're correct. What comes out of it is, at first, what appear to be lanterns that are... That's fucking weird. Lanterns that are on the backs of flying books. And the flying books seem to have things like pins and other things sticking out of like different parts of the covers, making them very pokey and sharp looking. And they all sweep up through the air and kind of move in a circle and seem to start sweeping towards you. Yeah. So, kind of a choice here. You can tell they're coming directly your direction. They're probably going to collide with you. I don't know if you want to just try to weather that or just like get low and just hope they don't hurt you too bad, or if you're just like fuck it and you like make a break for it, or how you want to handle that. It's like a flock.
Yeah.
So,
I want to shadow form and hopefully get them to miss me with that bookie bullshit.
shadow form. Whenever the foe tries to directly attack the target with a spell, weapon or targeted spells, foes will save to disbelieve if successful. Attack the target normally and is unaffected. If the foe fails, target takes only 1/5 the normal amount of damage. Okay. So in that case, so otherwise you don't otherwise try to avoid it. You just hit the shadow form and brace yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I figured because that's like my standard, right? So for the
Mhm.
move, I would try and drop down, but like,
Okay, that works. So give me a reflex save. You could potentially take very little damage from this. 16, nice. Keeping the 16.
I'll throw a D4 into that. We got luck still, right?
Yep, this is the last one.
Wow.
17. DC 17.
Hey.
So that means you're gonna take. By the way, they're automatically gonna fail to disbelieve. By the way, they fail that outright.
Nice.
I am missing a D6. I just realized. Hold on. So, okay, so 14. So you take half of that 7 for you passing the save, and you're gonna take a 5th of that rounded up. So you're only gonna take 2 points of damage.
Thank you, Ellie.
But you now have 1 luck. And you still have your fortunate fate.
Whee.
Okay, so pretty much what happens is like, you cast this, which, yeah, so verbal and somatic. So you have to, you like, kind of belt out the verbal part of it, do your somatic stuff, touch your own shoulder, turn into shadows as they just, as you're like dropping to the ground at the same time. They just smack across like the little bits of the railing that's left, and some of them scrape along the wall behind you. And there's just this like, it's like the sound of like a flock of birds just like whooshing by, except if the birds all had like a bunch of loose change they were dropping. So you actually have like pens and other stuff like falling off of them. That's like falling down on you as you like lay on the ground. But they do swoop past and seem to start to go back down into this pit. Give me a quick perception check here. $17. So as they're passing, you're able to see at like the back of this flock, there appears to be like on a very large tome that has what appear to be like a bunch of quills, like feathers, glued to the book cover to make it more bird-like. Appears to be a small humanoid creature with these like long curled horns, and it has like these tiny, what you think are wings, but they look battered and like partially stripped of flesh. You don't think they're gonna work. And it's got like these big claw-toed feet and these like long fingers, but it's holding what looks like a lance that has been crafted from, you don't know what. It's clearly makeshift. It's got wood and like some kind of glass or something at the very end of it that's very jagged looking. And it actually has what looks like you know, like the leather thongs that they'll have on books for like carrying them or to use as bookmarks.
Yeah.
It's holding on to that as if it's like reins on a horse. And it's got the lance in the other hand, and you barely see that as they're swooping down into the pit, and it kind of looks back at you with these like giant red eyes. And you can see this like needle-toothed grin as it swoops down and away, like it definitely noticed you somehow. But it's gone for now. The only other alarming thing is you hear from the master's study, you hear a loud bang! And then just incoherent old man Tertian shout of anger. It's not words, it's just, he's pissed. Like if you've ever made like a grandparent really angry and they're just like making sounds, or oh shit. It's kind of like that, except there's like a distortion to the voice, so it's actually intimidating. But you do have time to like quickly make your way over and get into the little doorway by the study before you hear the door to the study bang open, and you can hear that familiar thump of the boots and that clawed staff making their way by. In this hallway, what you would expect to see here, even though I know Dave the player, I know you haven't like got to explore this stuff before, but Eli the character, what you would expect to see here is a hallway with a couple of rooms, both of them on like the right side of this, one of which is a guest room, and one of which is a sitting room. That actually leads out to a balcony, and you can kind of see outside, get a nice view. But if you go all the way to the end of this, there's like a big open threshold, and there's staircase down. Obviously, your goal is the staircase down, so you can get to the first floor. So you make your way over there, and you see where the stairs are, and there's fucking stairs, dude. The only problem is they instead of going just like turning and having like a flight and then going all the way to the first floor, they just spiral downward out of sight.
Yeah, it is a problem.
But there's stairs.
Okay. Well, if I go down the stairs slightly, do I think I could maybe like jump from the stairs to the first floor, like a small jump, instead of like a big fall that would obviously hurt me? If I could make maybe a small jump or something.
If there's an opening down there that you can't quite see, because you have what, 30 feet dark vision, or is it 60? Yeah, 30. Give me a perception. We'll see if maybe you can pick something out. because you do have enough dark vision. 18. It looks like there may be like a breached wall or something that's about the level of the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go down them partially, you might be able to get out of that and like jump out if you can find a ledge or something out there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll at least go investigate.
Okay. So you start making your way down the stairs. You can hear another bang of a door bursting open. It sounds like this was the one that you just went through. You're a little bit ways down the spiral stairs now. Do you try to like hide in here, or are you gonna hurry? Or
I
what
think
else
I'll
do
try and hurry down the stairs a little bit because it's just a spiral staircase. There's nowhere really to hide, right? Like if he
Yeah.
comes down the stairs and
you
just
crouch down,
on the
you
stairs,
know? You
like,
crouch down,
"Hi."
Skyrim style.
Yeah, that doesn't work when they just walk over you, though.
Right, yeah. What is he say?
Yeah.
Who put this footstool here? So
Put a
So you
basket
just-
on his head.
So you just make the decision, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So like not like full on running the stairs, but you start moving a lot quicker. You get to where this like crack, this big hole in the wall is, which you do kind of see that it goes outside, and there appears to be a bit of land jutting out, like a bit of the floor that still juts out. It's kind of slanted. You don't have a way to know how sturdy or stable it is, but it is wide enough for you to stand on. It's about a 6-foot drop, so nothing particularly dangerous. You can definitely squeeze your way out of this breach and jump onto that, or you can keep going down the mysterious spiral staircase that leads to God knows where.
I mean, as tempting as that is, I'm going to try and squeeze out and get it off this thing.
Okay, give me a quick escape artist check, which is fine even if you're not trained.
I am
It's your
trained,
speed
though,
X.
so...
Nice, that's
Whoa.
better. All right, you have no problem wiggling into spaces you're not supposed to go through. So you very quickly slip through there. You can hear the thuds of the footsteps approaching the stairwell you're in. You manage to get all the way out of this. You can see the little ledge down there. Like, kind of look up and you can see the second floor railing from like where you just were. The wall from like the area you were just in. And you can hear like the muffled sounds of that, like the thuds of that staff hitting the ground, as you hear your master's voice sounding a lot more calm, says, "Wait." But that's all you hear him say. Imagine that. At that point, squeeze your way out, all the way out, jump down onto this ledge. So you land, and it holds your weight.
Great.
You look around for a second, and you can kind of see there's like a narrow strip that you could maybe strafe across to get closer to the front door. At the end of it, you're probably going to have to try to jump and grab onto that rope ladder.
Awesome. Things I'm so
Plan,
good at.
right? Yeah, so it's going to be acrobatics and athletics or acrobatics. However, as this plan crystallizes in your mind, remember when I said this ledge held your weight?
Yeah.
Well, it did for about 6 seconds. So right as you take your first step to start to strafe on this other part, it cracks. And you can see like the whole center of it goes out, and you can hear stone and wood clattering down into this pit. Give me a reflex save. $18. So you manage to get your foot off of it right as the rest of it just tumbles down into the darkness. Give me an acrobatics check. This is not going to be easy.
Alright, well... That was a bad roll.
Oof. Well, you have a fortunate fate and you got a luck.
Guess I'll try it.
Alright.
Shouldn't fade it up. But it was still the same roll.
That is the most Dave thing that could have happened right there.
The exact same roll. I'm not going to waste a luck on that. I'm keeping it, obviously.
Yeah. I'm not even going to try to tempt you to waste a luck on a 5. Bro!
It wasn't 2 2s.
It was two
Okay.
threes.
Yeah, it was 2 3s.
Let me go. Okay, it should still be available if people want to buy a new one. But that unfortunately that scene's over for that. So, unfortunately, so you're able to pull away from that at the last second. You've got 1 foot on this narrow space, and you turn and you try to like plant the other one on it, but your balance is a little bit off. You're still tipped a little too far back. And you try to like do the thing where you stick your butt out and like try to get like the differential of the balance in there, but there's no handholds or anything, so you just keep tipping backwards.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, your weight shifts, one heel slides off the quarter, and you plummet. If you guys are wondering if that's the end of Eli's story, it's not. Eli, you fall into the darkness for way too long for you to feel like you're going to survive that fall.
Falling. Checks watch. Oh, I don't have a watch. Falling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill
like,
and Ted's Bogus Adventure.
It's a while.
Yeah. This.
Because like you know, if you're falling even for like, if you're falling for like 4 seconds, you're dead, right? Like you don't have long.
Yeah.
So, however, so you don't count. Imagine you scream, but when you land, you feel the impact of your landing. Like it's jarring. It's like a thud. But you bounce, and there's a second thud as you land in something soft. You are going to take some non-lethal from that.
Soft, no.
So you are going to take a bit of non-lethal damage.
Ginger?
Oh, that's the wrong die. Hold on. Ignore that one that's coming up. Okay. So you're going to take 8 non-lethal.
Okey-doke.
And you look up and realize you are in what looks like a completely ruined version of the old living and dining spaces. Like they both like crashed into here. But what you're laying on appears to be like a giant pile of, oh god, it's bodies.
Oh. The only appropriate reaction is just like crawl off of it.
Scramble very quickly off of them and you just see, clearly a bunch of corpses like piled up on this space. And you can see like a few lanterns that are oddly flickering, giving a very dim wash of orange-blue light to illuminate the space, letting you see the 3-legged long dining table that you once ate at, and what looks like the contents of the kitchen that you once cooked in with your friends, and a long tunnel heading off what would have been a hallway before, the same direction. And even though it's just rough-hewn stone in the hallway, you see what appears to be the same paintings and sconces on the walls. Many of them are crooked. No time to correct them all. But so it's almost like it's almost like a subterranean version of the old place in this same space. And with that, we will end our session just a tad bit early. So, with that being said, if you couldn't figure it out, we're going to have a solo session with each of you. So some of you are going to get some time off, and each of you is going to have a solo session to deal with your own singular adventure to get back together. So, yeah.
I'm just silver surfering in the cosmic area at the moment.
Yep. So
now I'm going to go to that moon, I guess.
No, it is not.
Sam's going to the moon. Wami is out in the middle of nowhere, or Wami is in effectively a tomb, and Eli's in his basement. Okay, one of these is believable, but like,
yeah. It was GM that rolled the most ones tonight, right?
I believe so.
Sam's is just 4 hours of falling.
Look, I doubt it'll take 4 hours because that accelerates, even though like it's a compounding effect in theory.
Yeah.
So, like, even if it is like from Earth to our moon, Luna, far,
That gets
I'm
real
going
fast
hella
real quick.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going real fast.
That would be
I
fun.
was gonna worry about hitting something between me and the moon.
But,
That would have been great
okay.
if that session landed on April Fools. That'd be a great fucking April Fools session. It's just us
Oh.
basically podcasting and being like, "Oh yeah, you're still falling, by the way," and just like not playing at all. But no, yes, thank
Just
you
come up
everyone
with, like,
for coming. Oh, go ahead. We're gonna go to the
I
next.
have a
screen
4-hour video of just Sam falling through space that we just post.
now. Right?
But yeah.
Occasionally doing Tony Hawk tricks on his floating disc.
Yeah. How sweet a pipe.
Speaking of Tony Hawk tricks, I will say the coolest thing about the Olympics is that skateboarding is in the Olympics now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, dude,
That's sick.
it's dope. And they invited Tony Hawk to like go for stuff like he's not competing, but he's like coaching and helping like the American team. And
Ellie,
it's
stop
also
being
just, like,
nice.
a part of the thing.
No,
because he's
thank
Tony
you,
Hawk,
Ellie.
and he's the most recognizable name in skateboarding.
Yeah.
Without question.
I do have a question for the GM though.
See,
Should I adjust my alignment?
no.
Okay.
I
That
would
wasn't
say
enough
no.
to tip anything. Okay.
No, I almost. I mean, it would have had to have been a pretty fucked up thing to just immediately shift your alignment with one act, right?
Yeah.
That was an evil act. I mean, to keep down that road, yeah, we will shift it. But
Guys,
if it was a point scale, you definitely want a few points less good, obviously.
Sam's gonna show back up with a cool black cloak and a scar on his eye. Like, I'm a rogue now. Rangers are
Hey,
for
guys.
old Sam.
I can't officially rejoin your party because I don't want to get nerfed. But
Hi,
hey, look,
bots.
we
Thanks
found
for
another
coming
bot right at the end. Holy shit!
right at the end.
Aw.
Wow, that's hilarious. You're banned.
I
Ooh, looks like Interpoint Station is up. But yeah, for everyone else, we will be back next Tuesday. I guess we'll figure out. I don't have a plan for who's first, second. We don't have the order set up yet because I kind of surprised them with this. But we'll figure out whose session is going to be the first one, and we'll figure out the order of it because it doesn't actually matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll let you guys know who's up first. And yeah, look forward to that next week for somebody's solo adventure.
That's gonna be fun on the bun. And you know where you can go to find out whose solo adventure is gonna be first is our Discord, which is a link here. But also, if you go to any of the things, it's linked underneath where you can join the Discord. It's great. You should do it. It's a lot of fun. You can tell us your stars and wishes, which are your favorite things, and then stuff you want to see. Boom, boom, stars.
wishes
We've
and
got a
stars.
channel for it. It's awesome. Yeah. Also, you should make sure to tune in to the YouTube on Mondays when the replays get posted, and do all the interaction things there. Plus, we have a Patreon, which you can get into right now for the low price of at least $1 per month. And you can give us more if you want. That'd be great. A new thing just dropped today. There will be more of them in the future. I'll probably record them while other people are doing their sessions.
Yeah. But hell yeah, man. I think that'll do it. So
Great
we shall
time.
see how this goes. I hope everybody's excited. I know I am, and thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and we will see you next week for more. Let's say it with me, guys. Ready? For more
Into the storm.
All right, we did it.
All right, bye.
Bye.